Yo, SJW live. Now we're having some blurry issues. So yesterday, shout out Steve Rapid in the comments already. Let me see if that don't correct itself. That should correct itself still. We're live. Let me know you're out there. Ben Shapiro isn't real. Sam Gregory is always representing. Am I looking blurry to you lot? What the fuck? Do you know how much tests I've gone through today to get this right, and now my camera wants to play up? Is that what we're dealing with? Birds are real. Yo, Steve Rapid, don't try to tell Sam birds are real. That's wild. That's crazy. Can you see me alright? You're saying it's a bit blurry, innit? Literally, I have not, again, no setting change. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't done nothing to my camera. It's on it should just be on automatic. I think something's just decided to mess with it. Alright, what I'm thinking, yeah? I think it's alright. Make sure the lens is dust free, I feel you. I think I'm alright though. I think if I'm not going about a bit crazy moving around, or maybe, hold up. I forgot to put the light up. Now it's gonna be worse. Isn't it? I'll turn this light off. Focus is on my mic. Yeah, that's what it is, isn't it? Oh man. This has just been on automatic this whole time in the past. I never had no issue. Oh man. Every single time we got another problem. Hold up. I'm gonna be with you in 1 second, people. Here we go. Just reset the camera. I think we're good. You know what I'm saying? Bird interference every time. The birds yesterday just went crazy and mashed up the whole thing, and there was people are sending shots today. Shout out to all of them lot trying to say I told a man to suck his mother and it's unprofessional. But this is what I was trying to say yesterday. Yeah, I'm gonna say it again because that thing's not there anymore. I never said I was professional. I'm doing something new, yeah, for one. For two, yeah, like I used to feel like, you know, this thing's SJW live, right? I started this thing called social justice warrior because that's something that idiots on the internet like to call me, yeah? I didn't call myself that. Some idiot called me that because I was talking about basic things like not being racist, not being misogynist, etc. Talking about social issues. So they call me a social justice warrior. So I thought it was funny to embrace it. Now, when I started that, I felt like, I got this flip life thing over here, and now I got this social justice warrior thing over here. So I need to keep flip life for music, keep social justice warrior for like serious social issues. And I felt like I had to be really serious when I was doing all that thing. But I decided, fuck that. I'm still just me. That's just a funny name. Do you know what I'm saying? SJW is something they call me, and I'm just gonna run with that. I'm still gonna tell man to suck their mum. Yeah, I'm still gonna, and that's misogynist, I know. If women pull me up for that being misogynist, I can have that conversation. But I don't care about some right-wing idiot on the internet who's trying to pull apart and say, your stream flopped and all that. I don't give a shit. Suck your mum as well. Yeah? Anyway, so now we got that out the way. You know what I'm saying? I think we should be running smooth today. I think this should work. I'm thinking, let me know in the comments if I shouldn't do this, but I was thinking I should pull up the video, the music video we started with yesterday, and just run it again. I know we've reacted to it already, but just for the sake of the tape, and I want to actually break down some lyrics in this and actually talk about that. So let me know what you think. Let me know. Should we run it again? Someone said word. Don't have to say it for me running that again. One of my pieces of equipment has just crashed over here though, and I don't even want to mess with it, you know that. So I got the music video over here. I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna run this again. Do you know what I'm saying? So just to give some background, Tom MacDonald, he's a right-wing rapper. A long time ago, a lot of people know me for calling out right-wing rappers in the UK. Yeah, that caused a lot of hype. I don't say the guy's name anymore, but whatever. Terror always says he's way ahead of his time. He's, you know what I'm saying, a trailblazer of right-wing rap. You know what I'm saying? And Steve Rapid hasn't seen it. So Steve, yeah, this is Tom MacDonald has made a song with Ben Shapiro. And my thing is with Tom MacDonald always was he's trying to be the alt-right rapper. He's trying to do what Ben Shapiro and Tom MacDonald do for a rap audience. But is it really a rap audience? That's what we really have to talk about. Who? It's a question I want to ask, yeah? And you can put your comments like as we go through this. Like, who is this actually for? Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's not for me. Let me know that you can hear that, yeah?
Cause I'm the biggest independent rapper in the whole freaking world. Claim that I'm racist, yeah, alright. I'm not ashamed because I'm white. If every Caucasian's a bigot, I guess every Muslim's a terrorist. Every liberal is right. I don't want to talk to folks who don't get it.
We got to pull up and pause straight away, yeah? So, shout out Roger Brands. Yeah. Please, can we call him Tom MacDonald Trump? Yeah. He's a Trump rapper, innit? So, straight away, I'm not ashamed of being white. Remember the last song that we had, yeah? Was all about white pride. So this is a full circle moment for real. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Steve. Wow.
They go woke, go broke, no hope is pathetic. Pro-choice, pronouns, pro-love, you're progressive. But you ain't pro-gun, no one to protect it. Where the American...
Pro-choice, but you ain't pro-gun. This is... Also, I don't know if Terra's in here yet, but Terra sent me a voice note earlier that I'm going to play, yeah? And he broke down that this whole song, they're saying, we won't tell your kids to shoot each other and all of that. Yeah, we won't turn your sons into thugs. But then they're talking about being pro-gun, because that's the right wing, do you know what I'm saying? Yes, Fluke Beats Music, big up, so that's trash. I'm saying that the message and the whole idea of what's going on here is disgraceful and disrespectful, but just on a music level, it is super trash.
Flags at. Remember when people would hang those? They've been taken down, they all been replaced with BLM flags or a rainbow. This ain't rap.
So I keep pausing non-stop. He said, where are the American flags at? People used to hang those. They've all been taken down for BLM flags or rainbows. Yeah, this is what I got for your American flag. Red flag. Yeah, we red flag your American flag, pussy. And this is the madness. That's why I say, who is this for? Who are they actually attacking? So boom, he's in rap music, in a black music culture, yeah. And this is what these guys try to do to get away with it. Because BLM as an organization, there's some things that people question about, and there's things that black people question about it. These right-wing racist white people think that is their excuse and their angle to attack black culture. Because people putting up a BLM flag, right, general population and supporting the message of Black Lives Matter, are not a problem. Those are actually anti-racist people. So he's attacking, and they're attacking anti-racist people. They are making rap music essentially now, and if something Terror says in this thing, this is a rap song attacking black people.
This ain't money, cars and clothes. We ain't selling drugs, we ain't gonna overdose. We ain't pushing guns, ain't promoting stripper poles. We won't turn your sons into thugs or your daughters into hoes. I don't care if I offend you. I was put here to upset you. You can cry and you can scream. You can riot in the streets. You defunded the police. Now there's no one to protect you. I hope I offend you.
Pull up again. Yeah? Pull up again. Steve Rapid shocked. Yeah? Defunded the police. Enough props, FPV, red flags. We've got bare red flags in the comments. Big up everyone for showing up again though. Let me know that I'm still running smooth and I'm not staggering and you're hearing me, you're hearing the video. Like, because yesterday I was stressed out after that didn't work out. But he said you defunded the police. So he's attacking a defund the police movement now, which came from police killing black people. So he's not even like, he's coming at that movement and at basically, you know what I'm saying, pro-police killing people. Sam Gregory, I feel like people with less self-awareness have less empathy, and people who have less empathy makes everything about themselves, and pair that with propaganda that plays on that, it creates sales. Yeah, that's what it is. You're trying to create sales, but for who? Who's this creating sales for? Do you know what I'm saying? And it's rap music. This is black music. Yeah, but who's buying this? Who is buying this? And we ain't even got to Ben Shapiro yet, who is literally a right wing. They call him alt-right. He's a racist. He's an openly racist person who hates rap music and rap culture. And we're going to get to the videos of him in the past talking about how much he hates rap music and hates rap culture. What would Ben do? You are not the man.
Look at the stats. I've got the facts. My money like Liz, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap. Dog, it's a yarmulke. Homie, no cap. Look at the graphs. Look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You go into prison. I'm on television. Dogs, no one knows who you are. Keep hating on me on the internet.
So I went to the wrong screen there, but I said it yesterday, but we have to say it again. Man's talking about WAP when he already publicly said that wet ass pussy doesn't exist. He cannot get his wife's vagina wet. He said a wet vagina is a myth. Oh.
My comment section all woke Karens, and I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with you. Dog, it's a yarmulke, homie, no feel, man.
We're pulling up his verse just because I know I fucked up part of it. And also I said yesterday, yeah, let me know, Steve, because you weren't watching this, you ain't seeing this, right? I don't think this is real. I think this is AI. I don't think he actually rapped this. I don't think he performed it. I think this is an AI of his voice with some kind of Eminem flow.
And if you want my pronouns, I'm the man who don't respect.
Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts. My money like Liz, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap. Dog, it's a yarmulke. Homie, no cap. Look at the graphs. Look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You go into prison. I'm on television. Dogs, no one knows who you are. Keep hating on me on the internet. My comment section all woke Karens, and I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents. Nikki, take some notes. I just did this for fun. All my people download this. Let's get a Billboard #1.
This ain't rap, this ain't money, cars and clothes.
I don't get the Nicki part as well. Maybe because Nicki's got an album out at the moment. But like, obviously he's had beef with Cardi B before, but I never seen him have beef with Nicki before. So that's weird, innit? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Raj Urban said that WAP is a medical issue. He said if a woman has a wet pussy, I'm gonna get myself demonetized with all this kind of language, but I don't give a fuck. I told him I already say suck your mum. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Someone put a robot emoji in the comments and said Steve Hawkins is alive. Yeah, I don't think it's real. Do you know what I'm saying? They've done this for entertainment or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Terra pointed out, I'm going to get to Terra's voice note if I'm able to play it. But he said basically everyone, it seems they're attacking in this mostly. And it's in some video, there's some videos we're going to play of them talking about it after. And I think they're attacking a lot of black women rappers in everything that they're doing.
We ain't selling drugs, we ain't gonna overdose. We ain't pushing guns, ain't promoting stripper poles. We won't turn your sons into thugs or your daughters into hoes. I don't care if I offend you. I was put here to upset you. You can cry and you can scream, you can riot in the streets. You defunded the police, now there's no one to protect you. I hope I offend you. I ask myself what would Ben do? Let's just keep it real, facts. Don't care how you feel, man. If you want my pronouns, I'm the man who don't respect you. You mad, you mad, you mad.
The mad thing is like,
Be the victim, well, I'ma be the man.
they're essentially just mocking hip hop. All the lyrics are mocking hip hop culture.
Try to get attention, being triggered's all you have. You mad, you mad, you mad. You blame everybody else for every problem that you can. You sad, you sad, you sad. I will never say I'm sorry, I ain't taking nothing back. I don't care if I offend you. I was put here to upset you. You can cry and you can scream, you can riot in the streets. You defunded the police, now there's no one to protect you. Let's just keep it real facts. Don't care how you feel, man. If you want my pronouns, I'm the man. I'm the man who don't respect you.
Yeah, fuck Nova Rockefeller. Yeah, fuck Nova Rockefeller. It's Nova Flip. Any other of these Novas can go suck their mum. That's his girlfriend, by the way. Yeah, so Tom MacDonald, suck your mum. Yeah, the guy yesterday I told him suck his mother, suck your mum. The guy who was making comments all day online about me being a hypocrite because I'm talking about social issues and say suck your mum, suck your mum. That I don't give a shit, but this is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. So we got comments from Brandon Lee Henry said it definitely could be AI, but from hearing this strange creature in a few debates back in the day, his lips can run fast. That's very true. But it just looks weird, innit? But I thought that I said it yesterday, and then I thought about it, and I thought his lips do always look weird. Maybe he is just AI though. Maybe he's not even. Maybe he's literally a robot. Ryan Gerbrand said Ben in a hoodie though is too funny. Come on, it's hilarious. Ben Shapiro in a hoodie is hilarious. Like I can't front. That's wild. But basically, it's like the whole song. They're talking about stereotypical negative things going on in hip hop music, right? And basically, you're talking about a black music culture. So what you're saying is this is all that's going on in hip hop. This is all that's going on in black culture. That's what they're saying. This is what's going on in black culture, and you're all scum, and we're better than you, and we're gonna fix it. It's literally the whole song. I didn't deep it yesterday until what Tara said to me. The whole song is an attack on black culture and how degenerate it is that they, as far as they think. Do you know what I'm saying? He's got a quantum core processor. Yeah, Steve Rapid. It's a blatant attack on black culture and hip hop. He says, what would Ben do? Like, what would Jesus do? Exactly. It's absolutely crazy. You know what I'm saying? And they say, what would Beyonce do? And I sometimes say, what would Larry David do? But I'm sure they'd like that one. I'm sure they like Larry David. But Larry David wouldn't stand for all of this. I'm going to just quickly see if I can play this 1 minute audio of Terror earlier, right? I'm going to press play, and then please say in the comments that you can hear it.
Oh my God, I've only literally watched a few seconds of this, yeah? But they're taking it even further this time. My man's saying he's entrenched in the culture and all sorts of mad talk, bruv. This is nuts. Ben Shapiro. Do you know what it is, yeah? I ain't gonna lie. Like, as soon as I saw Ben Shapiro rapping, I thought I have to listen to this, yeah? And it's like, it's entertaining for what it is, yeah? But because I've actually heard what this guy actually thinks about rap and black culture, and actually, if you check out the song, what they're saying, the song is an attack on black culture. Just know that, innit? It's an attack on black culture. So when they're saying, because remember, he says he's pro guns in the same verse, and then says we don't promote guns. Yeah. So what he's saying, it's okay to be pro guns when you're doing it for the NRNA, whatever, but you can't rap about it when you're rapping about life in the hood. This is mental. Right, it's absolutely mad. I don't even think I can publicly speak on this, you know. You're going to have to, like, speak on my behalf, yeah? This is just mad.
Well, Terra said he can't publicly speak on it, and so I thought I'd just play that, because I thought it was just spot on. But I asked his permission. He said I could play it. Yeah, I hadn't really thought about it like that, because I watched it in the live yesterday, but it is such an attack on black culture. It's absolutely insane. These men are literally out here just attacking rap music, attacking black culture. And, you know, for those who don't know who Tom MacDonald is, he's been making rap music for a long time. So he's a white rapper who's supposed to be want to be part of the culture. But he came out doing this. So why are you doing it in rap music? You obviously wanted to be with them the whole time. Do you know what I'm saying? Brandon said Terror speaking actual factuals. Sam said factuals as well. Like 100%, man. And Brandon said he definitely alluded to the legal slavery of incarceration. What was the bar where he spoke on that? If you can recall it, so I can say. We did this yesterday. Although I will say that now, even though it wasn't the perfect reaction on the spot, because I've seen it before now. That went a lot better. That's a great video reaction and content. I'm very happy with that. But now I want to get to the next thing without no problems, because when we went to the next video last time, it all went wrong. So we're going to go to the same video we tried to play yesterday with them two talking about this song. So yeah, make sure you keep updating me that you're here and everything.
I told everybody, yo, you know what's even more confusing than Tom MacDonald and Ben Shapiro on one rap song together?
I can't remember what the comment was about his voice yesterday, but straight away yesterday, I don't think I'd heard this guy speak, or I didn't remember. He doesn't sound like himself rapping either. So it's like, wait, you've been cosplaying the whole time. You man are just dressing up like rappers and mocking the thing. They need to get punched up. Seriously, though, they need to get punched up.
The most confusing part about this...
That was a joke, by the way, for YouTube. Yeah, I didn't really mean that. We don't promote violence.
...is that Ben is a better rapper than half the rappers in the game right now.
Ben is a better rapper than all the black rappers. That's what he's basically saying, yeah? Ben is a... Look how... He's basically saying all these black rappers are shit. We're going to come through and do this thing properly. Do you know what I'm saying? It's worth looking into who funded Ben Shapiro. Shout out Gerbrands on that comment there, and that is a great point. I may try and pull up this video while we're here, because there's a video of Loki breaking that down. I'm gonna have to, if someone knows the video I'm talking about, right? If you know the video I'm talking about, someone send me a link to that video on Facebook, and I'm gonna pull it up, because that's actually really, really, really important. Do you know what I'm saying? Bad Slave in the house. Shout out Terra Slim. You might have just joined us. We just went through the whole video again, Terra. We played your voice note also. It's been going extremely well. So big up. But we're just getting into this video. And then we're going to get into the other one that you sent me today, which I still ain't watched. But yeah, if anyone can send me that video where Loki breaks down where Ben Shapiro's money is funded from, I would definitely like to put that in, yeah? Terra said, check Shapiro's anti-Palestine views. That's what I'm saying. These man, like Ben Shapiro's anti-Palestine views and his anti-black music views, the man is a racist. There's no conversation about it. This is the full circle moment to the thing we started with years ago when I was saying this right-wing rap thing is coming. You know what I'm saying? This is the full circle moment. Yeah, Rai said that Loki video is the one. Rai, if you could find that Loki video and send it to me on my inbox, that would be appreciated, because I'd like to play that after the next two videos we're playing. But right, let's get into this.
So you got to imagine, this is Ben's first rap song. This is Ben's first verse.
This is Ben's first AI.
Millions of people. Nobody is a great rapper on their first rap song. Nobody kills it stepping out the gate. Everybody's first attempt at this rap thing, it's always brutal. My first attempt at rapping was...
Every attempt you ever made is trash, bro.
Eminem's first attempt at rapping was probably brutal. And Ben Shapiro stepped out the gate and killed it, which is incredible. So Ben's not in here right now. We're trying to get him in here. But, you know, Ben Shapiro deserves a round of applause. He absolutely demolished this song. You guys, just check this out for a minute. I'm gonna read you guys some names real quick. Nicki Minaj, Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake, Megan Thee Stallion, Morgan Wallen, Eminem. Those are all people. Those are all people that we beat on the iTunes charts today.
Well, I don't know that. I did see it being said that his thing was number one at one point, but Meg Thee Stallion did knock him off, so I don't know what he's talking about there. So I don't know if it was the final chart. It might be interesting to see if there's actually charts at all in the real Billboard chart. But we pointed something out yesterday, right? We pointed out that the iTunes chart is only based on iTunes sales, like people who actually pay to download the MP3 on their computer or on their phone, and nobody does that anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? Like literally nobody does it. Gleam, who just popped up there, he pointed out he was high up in the iTunes reggae chart. I've been in the iTunes. I was in the iTunes when I put out my album Damaged. It went somewhere like we didn't even really push that album. This is the mad thing. Like we didn't even push that album hard. Like a lot of my promo campaign didn't happen and fell through. But I later on found out. I went into my distribution portal, And I later on found out that Damaged was in the hip hop chart for UK, like in the first week. It was like number 30 something or something. It was in there. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so iTunes doesn't even really exist. You can buy your way up to the iTunes chart. And the reason that independent, like, or artists that creates social media hype, especially if they're gathering racists or people like with an obsession, it's because you're asking your fans to buy the record on iTunes rather than just stream it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because Drake fans are not even going and buying that. They're buying it on iTunes. They're just listening to it on the thing. Oh, wait a second, I've missed something I need to read out. So Brandon said the lyric was, "You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You're going to prison. I am on television, dog. No one knows who you are." Wow. That's crazy, you know. The man said, "You're going to prison. I'm on television." That's what he's saying to black people in black culture. That's what he's saying. That's crazy. Wow. Ben is a hip hop hater who does one syllable rhymes. Anyone can Mac cat. I don't know, bro. The verse was more impressive than I thought it was going to be. That's why I think it's AI. Not that it's great, but I thought it was just going to be him slightly like talking on a thing slightly out of beat and like it was put together. Nah, it's trash though. Raya said he sent that video out. That's excellent. I know I love talking and that, and you lot are giving so much comments, but I better get to some of these videos. Ben Shapiro says what he says with chest.
I don't know. Ben killed it so bad. I don't know if I'm gonna see if Ben sent an.
Ben didn't kill nothing. Suck Ben's mum.
I just accepted. Oh, is it working? Yo!
There we go. It's my boy Tommy Mac.
What's up, bro? What are you doing today?
Talk like this now, or can I speak? I don't even know how this works.
No, you can just speak in your regular Benisms.
Oh, okay. I appreciate that. So, yeah, you know, this is what a career of classical violin training led up to this point. Thousands of dollars worth of training in classical violin. So
this is the
we
peak
could
of the
together
mountain.
become the number one artists in America in rap, a genre that I famously love. I've had a deep and abiding adoration of rap ever since I was a youth. It was Bach and the Beastie Boys. That was
yeah, obviously white rappers.
You know.
And now, like, arguably, like, you're up there in that upper echelon with those guys.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. I don't know. I still have a ways to go with the rap, as you say. You know, this is my first time out of the gate, but you know, there are a lot of heroic rap legends that we just overtook.
This is what's crazy, right? Terror. We said with the thing in the past with the other guy, like, what man should have done, what someone should do. And we used to joke about it. Someone should just go all the way and be like, right, I'm going to be the racist rapper, the right-wing rapper. And Tom MacDonald's kind of done that, but he does it underhanded because he still tries to act like he's not that guy. Where Ben Shapiro, we know he's that guy. So if he's actually serious and he's going to make more rap songs, I don't really think he is. But if he is, then we've arrived there to an extent that I never even imagined. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's absolutely insane.
Took today, including, of course, Cardi B. And again, I knew I'd be good at this because my version of WAP was way better than hers. And then there was Megan the Stallion, 2 E's, because you are the stallion. It's not just Megan the Stallion, it's Megan the
Is he planning on rapping more? He seems like he's planning on rapping more from what he's saying here.
I have to say that her critique of Stallion was well taken today. So I enjoyed that as well. But congratulations to you, because you made all of this happen. And honestly, this is definitely one of the most bizarre days and weeks of my life. So this is not where I thought we would be.
Sarah said, we have arrived.
I gotta say, it's been an
How many years was it?
I finally found another artist that the internet hates more than me. Which is...
the amount of crap that you were taking for court... I mean, honestly, if I had... What's kind of amazing about all of this is that if I had tried to foresee where exactly the crap was going to come from on this, I might have foreseen that some of my audience members would be like, why are you doing rap? What's the deal with the rap? You've been hating on rap for 20 years. But no, they were pretty happy with it. Your fans were pretty ticked at you for stepping in with me, which, you know, I have to admit, I'm pretty edgy. I mean, let's be real. You can look at Tom.
That's interesting.
Which one of us is the edgelord? You can tell which one of us looks like the kind of guy who, you know.
Obviously, his fans were fine with it because they know he's taking the piss.
As your accountant, and all you had were the photos. Definitely would be Tom. So, you know,
About 6 years, Terra said. About 6 years. No, it's longer than that, you know, Terra. It's longer than that. It's about
Maybe
8.
you'll get a face tattoo
Maybe
sometime
9.
in the future. That remains to be seen. But as of right now, we are both #1 charting rap artists on iTunes.
America's #1 rapper. I changed my Twitter bio already. This is the proudest I've ever been of any accomplishment. It's been like, you know, Harvard Law School, New York Times best-selling author multiple times, co-founded a massive multi-billion-dollar company. But I got to tell you, this day, you know, interviewed Elon Musk earlier this week. I got to tell you, this day, like the best. Like it goes like the birth of my children, and then like here, and then like today is like it's off.
Yeah, of course, because this is the day that he got to mock black culture on a global stage, and we're just letting it happen.
Charting rapper. That's pretty friggin' cool, dude. So, like, I was showing everybody the list. Like, it's pretty wild, man. Like, Nicki Minaj just dropped. Britney Spears, who's been in the headline.
He's chatting shit though. Nicki Minaj dropped weeks ago. She's been like, you know what I'm saying? Her album's been out for a minute. Meg is the other song. Meg knocked them off. Meg just broke a record of the most Apple Music #1s from a female rapper of all time. I don't know if I can carry on with this. We ain't got that much long to go, so let's get through it and I'll see what this other video is saying. If he's becoming a rapper, will he fall to any of those issues he's worrying about? Which issues are they?
For what feels
Who thinks Ben was therefore friends with the librarian at school?
like years,
quite likely.
You know, with different antics, playing with knives and dancing around and whatever. Justin Timberlake, who just dropped his first song in what seems like forever.
No,
Megan
I didn't
Thee
even
Stallion
know
dropped
that.
Last night. Morgan Wallen dropped last night. Eminem dropped last night.
No,
And on
Eminem
top of
didn't drop.
That list of
Eminem had something to do on some soundtrack, something somewhere. It wasn't actually Eminem's like
skill set that I frankly didn't
doing
know
a drop.
that I had. Now, I will say that, you know, all of my stereotypes about rap and, you know, just being able to walk out the gate and say words to a beat, maybe they were true a little. Maybe not. Maybe it was just that you're very good at this. So in any case, it is an
he's
amazing
shit.
thing, and
He's the
honestly,
worst
like,
rapper
if
ever.
you do hit Billboard #1, there may be actual calls to the suicide hotline at the Billboard headquarters. Like I can't.
They're not
imagine
hitting.
how things are
They're not
going
hitting
over at
Billboard
iTunes.
#1. I don't even think they're gonna go higher at all. To be honest,
I mean, people.
They
within
might,
the
well, I
music
don't
industry,
think
like,
so.
As much as this is like a hilarious for us, and it's like a giant troll. There's no denying that you have actual talent to do this. But there's people at Billboard right now. There's people who have spent, you know, multi-million-dollar budgets on marketing the Britney Spears record, on marketing the Megan Thee Stallion record, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's people in those offices tearing their hair out right now. They can't figure it out. Like, they've got all the resources in the world. They've got all the money. They got the banners on iTunes, and they got ads all over the place on YouTube. And somehow, Tom MacDonald.
I'm bored of this. I'm bored of this still because he's chatting shit. Like they haven't beat half of those people. I didn't even know half of those people had records out. So those people are not doing some big campaign. Eminem did not have a drop this week. Eminem had some song out on something. I don't know. It's like on some compilation or somewhere. It wasn't an Eminem drop that was going on. So of course he's not going to sell a load on iTunes suddenly. He probably did a bunch of streams. I didn't even listen to it. Meg Thee Stallion beat them on the #1 anyway. Nicki dropped weeks ago. I don't know nothing about Justin Timberlake or Britney Spears. I'm no idea of anything to do with them dropping. I think he's just chatting shit. But Gleam says, Gleam said, I only sold a couple of hundred and was #1 on Amazon. I beat Coffee's Lockdown and it was only Dub Pistol's release that knocked me off. It's a lot easier than you think. Also was #1 all-time sales for a couple of days ahead of Bob Marley's Three Little Birds. Earned about £5 off it all. And earned £5. That's crazy, yo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so yeah, the iTunes, like the download, that's not the thing anymore, isn't it? Like it's like saying, oh, I'm #1 in the vinyl sales and you sold one. Do you know what I'm saying? Because nobody buys them anymore, or CDs, because vinyls, a couple people them. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and they admitted it was a troll thing, innit? Yeah, he just admitted Luke Maverick in the building. He just admitted it's a giant troll rap. Yeah, racist rap, man. I'm just calling it what it is. Right wing racist rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, simple facts. So I've had enough of that. We're gonna get that one out of here. Now we're gonna get on to the next one. This is something that Terra sent me. I think I might be playing these in a funny order, but let's go with this one because it's only 1 minute, right? This says Ben Shapiro on rap music debate, Ben Shapiro versus Destiny. And I like this Destiny guy, but I don't know what this is saying, and it might just be a clip from something old. Oh, it's a Lex
Is
Friedman thing.
rap music.
Absolutely.
Have you evolved on this? Or?
Have I?
Oh, they're
evolved
both on this.
So, again, I'm going to go to what's the definition of music. My original argument about rap was that music involves the following 3 elements: rhythm, melody, harmony. Rap typically involves maybe one of those. There may be a melody, maybe sometimes. So it depends on the kind of rap. With that said, I could be convinced on this issue, but listen, I'm a classical violinist. I mean, that's how I was raised. I listen to Beethoven and Brahms and Mozart, like in the car with my kids. So is it comparable? Is it in the same category as Beethoven, Brahms, and Mozart? I have a very hard time sticking it in the same category.
I've said this, some of you would have heard me say this before, right? But this comes to something I learnt at uni, yeah? Shout out to Sheds MC, who thinks I didn't go to uni because he said he knows how to synthesize information. Anyway, suck his mum as well. But yeah, at uni, and this goes into the separate debate we've been having this week, all the Mos Def and Drake stuff, right? And pop music and hip hop, because I learned that people who study classical music, they believe that all other music is trash, and they call it all pop music. So everything that's not classical music to them is pop music. So I think that's basically what he's saying here. Is it real? He's saying it's not real music, and the only classical, and that, you know, I guess now he said rhythm though, which is a weird one. Do you know what I'm saying? Classical music got all sorts of rhythms all over the place, innit? But let me just get some of the comments before I carry it on. Gleam, the only word is delusion. If YouTubers start rapping, we will have a whole chart of KSI and Logan Paul. What, Gleam, you don't know that KSI is a rapper? KSI been a rapper, bro. KSI was signed to Sway. And I didn't really know much about KSI. But Show and Prove, obviously, he's my boy. He's a very big producer. He's had way bigger hits than this now. But he was producing for so many different rappers. And at one point, his biggest hit on YouTube was KSI featuring JME. And he called me one day and was like, yo, do you want to come to the KSI show? I didn't even know who it was. And I turned up at Islington Academy, went there with Show and Prove, and then I see Sway, who I hadn't seen for years. And I was thinking, what's he doing here? I didn't know what was going on. And I actually went backstage after the show, and this was really weird. Like, if they end up doing this, it's going to be crazy, because they're going to start doing shows and gathering white supremacists in a venue, because basically KSI, his music videos, because he's a massive YouTuber, he was using that platform to make music videos, and he would have like funny sketches at the beginning in his music video, right? And I went backstage after, and they were talking about how the show went, and they were all kind of like amazed at how they'd done something really new, in that the fans were speaking along to the spoken part. Like, that part was being done in the show, and they were like speaking the spoken acted part as part of the show. It's like it had gone beyond music into including the skit kind of thing. I was like I said, I'd never heard of him before. I was so confused just being there. But yeah, that'd be crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe melody, proof he lives under a rock. I get what he's saying though. There can be rap without melody. Do you know what I'm saying? There can be rap without melody. Wait there, is he slightly ginger? Who's slightly ginger? The other guy, Destiny. Destiny's usually got blue hair. Destiny, aside from the blue hair, and he don't say suck your mum, and he's not like a rude boy involved in hip hop, he's more on my side. I like him, do you know what I'm saying? So I'm interested if he says anything in this.
Category is that?
No. Oh, that's the end. Like, I paused it and everything, and that was the end. Alright, what a joke. Alright, I'm gonna go see what I got next lined up anyway, but Enough Props FPV said drill has classical elements, rhythm and a beat, 3 elements alone. Yeah, drill, 100%. He is leaning on the sampling side. What do you mean by that, Gleam, about the sampling side? So much classical in samples. Yeah, no, it's true. You know what I'm saying? Like, hip-hop takes all of that. Hip-hop takes samples from classical, every music in the world. That's what, you know, say what you want, man. Hip-hop is the greatest music of all time. All right, we've had a little freeze. This happened when I was doing tests earlier, because I've got a side screen what I'm showing all these things on, and the side screen was freezing, but I just done a little reset over here. It shouldn't interfere with you lot, and I should just come straight back. So let me just make sure that happens, and confirm to me when I play the next video. Make sure you guys let me know that you're hearing it. Oh, I don't know what we got next. I gotta load these tabs up.
You mentioned rap, so now we have to talk.
Oh, alright, there.
You mentioned rap, so now we have to talk.
I'm gonna pause that one. I'm gonna pause that one because I might want to come back to that one, because that's Ben Shapiro talking about rap. I mean, let's carry on with that. Let's go back. Oh my god. Let me just put this one on the screen. Sarah sent me this earlier. And then we got that same problem again as well. Cool, I gotta fix something else quickly. Because now this was happening earlier as well. And I gotta do a little switch back and forth to get that back on the screen. Boom. What the fuck is going on here? So this is the next thing of him talking about on his show, dressed up in fake gold and sunglasses and trying to look like, and again, cosplaying a rapper. This guy is a pussy-o. Absolute pussy-o. Someone said, Raya Gerbrand said, Destiny is left-wing at a fucking push. Maybe left-leaning in America. I mean, well, left in America is more right-wing than they are here. America is like literally so fucking right-wing, and maybe that's why you feel like that. I'm interested in that though, right? If you could tell me some more about that. I don't know super like crazy amounts about him, but there was a couple people that used to send me clips of him that I liked when he was going on to Fresh and Fit, and he was challenging them on conversations about misogyny and stuff like that. So I don't know much about him outside of his misogyny conversations, right? But I liked that. But in saying that, the fact he went on Fresh and Fit so fucking often is red flag for him for that anyway. But yeah, open relationship style. What's that? Destiny and his open relationship. Yeah, I'm aware of that. I know about that. But have you heard him though? He is like Drake, but not. I don't know if you guys are talking about Destiny. I'm not sure. Do you know what I'm saying? How much pop is hip hop? Does he discount anything other than post 18th century? That's what I'm saying. That was my point. Enough Props FPV. That was my point. I was saying the people that study classical music, they consider all hip hop to be pop music. And that's why I don't really like that whole hip hop versus pop conversation, because I get it. It's like sometimes we go off and we have no chorus and stuff like that. But a lot of the time, like pop music is defined by having a certain structure, and it's just like verse, chorus structure, and having repetitive beats. But yeah, it's a mad thing still. Alright, Raya said he just watched Destiny versus Ben today, and he was giving Ben way too much found and not calling him out on the BS. Way too much ground. He said way too much ground and not calling him out on his BS. That's interesting. I will watch that. Maybe I'm not going to do that today, but maybe if you could send me that video, I'll do that next week, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I want to watch these videos, but I realised now I should go live when I watch these videos. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what I don't like about a lot of them guys. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like some people are cool with Joe Rogan, and cool. I can pull up stuff where Joe Rogan's blatantly being racist, and I point this stuff out to them, but he's actually a problem himself. But then people will pull up stuff where he's talking to left wing people, and he'll say something sensible, etc., etc. But my biggest thing with him is he gets these right wing extreme people on his show, and and he gives them too much ground and he doesn't challenge them. I guess they might not come on his show if he didn't, but it's like, there's no point in having these people on if you're not going to challenge them. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's my problem with most people. That's why I think I need to do a lot of podcasts and interviews with people and they won't come to me. You know what I'm saying? Even in the music space, like my favourite podcast out of all of the popular kind of rap music podcasts I get at the moment is Young Spray. I love Young Spray's podcast, but there's a number of problems I have with some things he says, but you know, that's my guy. I like the content, but I have some issues with people he's had on and they're not challenging them. Like, it just don't work for me, do you know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's get into this one. I was going to go to the old one of him talking with Zuby, but we'll get to that after. And then I think that's it. After them two, I'm done with Ben Shapiro, because, but it's a moment. It's definitely a full circle and we've arrived.
Yo, it's
Gleam said no KSI that on. You can't play music, you just scratch a vinyl record. Actual instruments versus sampling. Yeah. You can't, yeah. People that say you can't play music, you just scratch a vinyl record, yeah. Like, they don't respect the thing, innit? They don't respect the culture. Alright, let's see what he's saying.
My homie, Tom MacDonald. Tom, it's been a hell of a weekend.
Your homie Tom MacDonald, who's also cosplaying.
Tell me about
cosplaying with tattoos on his face.
Number 1 on the iTunes charts in the United States. He's trending all the way up to number 2 worldwide, but we're facing some entrenched opposition from members of the industry who don't like the insurgent campaign that we have been waging against them. They don't know the true artistry of hip hop, I think.
So they're still lying.
Like,
because Meg's knocked them off by the time they've done this.
From me, I don't think anyone expected me to just, be as amazing as I am at this, clearly. And I've got the bling to, like, I'm ready to go. I've been hitting all the clubs, leading a new lifestyle. But we still have to overcome some obstacles, Tom.
Absolutely. Well, it's nice to see you entrenched in the culture. The craziest part about this is I almost showed up dressed as you today. But yeah, man, it's been, for your first step out the door, Ben, you absolutely killed it. We're number 1 in all genres on iTunes, number 2 worldwide on iTunes, which is unheard of, especially for somebody making their first rap song. Nicki Minaj dropped her diss song today against Megan Thee Stallion, so we're up against some stiff competition. But
that's definitely going to have knocked them off anything. Because I just saw something saying, I just saw something saying that had.
I don't think so either, especially because I saw that.
All right, let me pause it. Cool. It was frozen again. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to try and fix that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe someone can check. Maybe I'm wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? But I saw it announced that Meg Thee Stallion had knocked them off number 1. This was like 2 days ago, before we did the thing yesterday. So they're chatting shit. I don't know who's number 1 now. I know that I read somewhere that the Nicki Minaj Meg Thee Stallion diss is about to do some record breaking numbers on Spotify or whatever. Gleam said Young Spray is a trigger merchant. Yeah. Young Spray's mind games, isn't it? He's the king of wires and mind games. Raya said the reason turntablism is a thing is because they took the instruments out of school, so the kids turned to their parents' record players into instruments. That is so deep, my bro. That is so deep, and it's true. So we're talking about the kids who created turntablism, mixing 2 records to make a beat continue, scratching, all of that. It's an environment where people didn't have access to learning to play instruments. Yeah, so you're literally, if saying that there's no value in it, you're attacking that community. Again, it's racism. Again, plain and simple fucking racism. And not only are you attacking that community, you're like taking the piss out of the fact that they done something incredible. Cool, you learned how to play whatever violin. Someone just taught you that. That was already created before you came along. You just learnt some notes. Yeah, you're probably not even that very good. So you just learnt how to do something that was already... These man, yeah, and these kids, they created something brand new. They created culture that changed the entire fucking world. They're probably like the most significant cultural like movement in the world. Yeah, and these lot are coming along angry, trying to they're trying to go to the full extent of whitewashing and appropriation, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Sam Gregory said I was going to say this. Gleam said, I am ginger too, but don't have the racism gene. Listen, gingers are not all racist. Gingers are my people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of good gingers out there. We don't discriminate. I don't know if we should make jokes about that or not. You know what I'm saying? But he might as well do a Torrido. I'm not sure I know that reference or what you're saying there, bro. But I've had this problem again, by the way. But I'm gonna try and continue playing this.
That Megan Thee Stallion, that she actually she lowered her price. That she's almost giving it away. I mean her song, in any case. But let's talk about all of the various algorithms that are now being used to suppress the song, because they really do not want us to hit number one on the Billboard charts, obviously.
Yeah. Well, it started before the song got even released. Obviously, I distribute all my music independently through TuneCore, and TuneCore actually denied the release of the song.
See what they're trying to do here? They're trying to talk about. They're trying to create.
I had tried to submit.
This is why I don't fuck with these conspiracy theories on the internet, right? Because this is where the right wing took over the conspiracy space. They know there's loads of racist, conspiracy theorist, obsessed people all over the internet ready to go, oh my God, they're trying to hold him back. He's basically, who said the Trump thing earlier, that we should call him Tom MacDonald Trump? He is doing what Trump's done, do you know what I'm saying? What QAnon done in order to gain sales in a black music culture.
And release the song through TuneCore. And they turned it down, which is super frustrating, because for an independent artist, TuneCore exists as the alternative to getting a record deal, and they exist as the alternative to getting a distribution
deal. That never happened, man. TuneCore don't give a shit.
They're supposed to be there for independent artists who are avoiding the mainstream record label system of the music industry. So they denied the song on account of lyrical content before the song even hit the internet. So that was our first obstacle. We ended up getting the song to iTunes and Amazon and Spotify.
I got a comment saying, Shapiro is a waste man. You're better than this, Nova. Don't waste your time on them RW fools. What does RW mean, bro? Yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying. Not waste your time on them, but it's interesting, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's interesting. One thing I want to say, I need to probably got to repeat this quite a bit, yeah. When I attack people, especially when it's more personal in the timeline and I'm red flagging people, right? I'm attacking the content. I don't really care about the person. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't care about the interaction with the person. When I'm going at, someone said to me, oh, you're too obsessed with celebrity. When I was talking about Meg Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj and the Drake thing and stuff like that. And I'm I don't actually care about those people. I care about what's being written in the comments. Amber Heard, that was the biggest example. It's oh, you're obsessed with Amber Heard. When I first got involved in talking about that, I don't think I'd ever seen an Amber Heard film in my life. I hadn't seen Aquaman. I watched it after. I think I had seen Justice League, the original one, and I think she's in that, but I don't remember her being in it. So I'd never, right wing. Sorry, man, that was a dumb... How did I not know your RW meant right wing? All right, cool. Yeah. But, yeah, I hadn't... You know what I'm saying? I didn't know nothing about Amber Heard. I just had an issue with what it caused in the comments and what that means for the real world. Do you know what I'm saying? Because... And that's what these guys are doing something. And when a story like the Johnny Depp thing came out, he's gathering people together to push an issue to hate on women. That's what he's doing. That was his intention. He did it on a global scale in a courtroom. So that's what these men are doing. They're trying to gather up people all over the world to have an anti-black culture message. Do you know what I'm saying? The thing is, it gets distracted by the person who's delivering the types of view you're challenging. It's a case of don't feed these trolls. Yeah, I hear you, but I think it needs challenging personally, and I think they're doing it to create content. I'm doing it to create content too. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing what they're doing. Don't get me wrong. I'm doing what they're doing. I'm all right, cool. This creates content that people want to engage with, and they want the trolls to react to them, right? That makes their thing work. Me reacting to them makes their thing work. But also, the people that love them are going to come for me and that's gonna make my thing work as well. But in the process, we're saying some important things. Do you know what I'm saying? We're getting some important messages across. I get a lot of messages from people watching. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes I would be arguing with someone on a timeline about something racist they've said, and people would say to me, "Oh, you're wasting your time. You're never going to get through to that person." And I realized a long time ago, 90% of the time, maybe more, I'm never going to get exposed to that person. But someone else will randomly inbox me who's not brave enough to even say it on the timeline because there's so much going on, they don't want to be attacked, and they'll inbox me and they'll say, "I didn't understand what white privilege meant. And I got my back up about it. And then I saw your conversation that you had with so-and-so, and now I get it, and now I don't feel a way about it, and now, now I'm going to be aware of it." So I think good work is being done. You know what I'm saying? Tom Trump and Nova Rockefeller in the comment. Yeah. Nova Rockefeller is her name, innit? That's red, you know what I'm saying? Red flag. All of them. Alright, hold up. Let me get back to it. Hold up. That's happened again. Right, we're having a little technical again. I'm gonna get this back up. The screen's cut off. I know why that's happened. Cause it froze. It went into thing. Cool. We're back. Let's just check. We're back over here. Nope, we're back to that bit again. But now we'll get it. Now we get the sidecar on, and let's carry this on a minute.
We ended up getting it out, but the obstacles didn't stop there.
The annoying thing with reacting to this is I just think they're lying the whole time.
Take a quick peruse of the trending charts on YouTube right now. Megan Thee Stallion is at #1, and our new video, Facts, is at #2. And if you just take 2 seconds to look at the metrics on the video, we're outperforming her in every metric. We have over 1 million more views than her. We have 50,000 more comments than she has. We're
YouTube is predominantly white men.
Performing objectively worse than ours, and we're actually pulling ahead right now quite quickly. And the further we get in the lead, we're stuck at #2. They're not allowing us to pass Megan and hit that #1 spot. So whether that's YouTube sort of disagreeing with the controversial nature of our song, or Megan signed to Rock Nation. Rock Nation's part of Universal. Universal has a relationship with YouTube. And I'm sure that Universal has invested so much money into YouTube over the years that I don't know if there's some sort of.
To be honest, I'm sure Ben Shapiro has invested a load of money into this whole campaign.
How many views these guys get. We don't care how viral their video goes. Megan is staying at #1. In my best estimation, that's kind of what's going on. So our video is the top performing video on YouTube, bar none right now. And they're not letting us trend at #1.
And by the way, all credit to you and Nova for that. Nova does an amazing job. I mean, she directed this beautifully, and the editing is incredible. I mean, again, it makes it look like I can rap, which is an amazing thing. Have you ever heard of data brokers? Those are the middlemen collecting and selling all those digital footprints you leave online. You can stitch together detailed profiles.
He just said it makes it look like I can rap. So did he just admit that this thing is not real? Did he just admit that there?
And by the way, all credit to you and Nova for that. Nova does an amazing job. I mean, she directed this beautifully, and the editing is incredible. I mean, again, it makes it look like I can rap, which is an amazing thing. Have you ever heard of?
So are they admitting this is fake? Is that what's going on here?
Data brokers, those are the middlemen collecting and selling all those digital footprints you leave online.
We're not watching that. We're not watching your fucking advert.
Because, of course, she makes her music are things like their songs are so true. Ben Shapiro Show, expressvpn.com/Ben Shapiro Show to learn more. One of the things that's amazing here is that when we talk about how it's so truly offensive, these songs are so truly offensive, the stuff that you're putting out. I mean, anybody who has seen or heard the song that we put out, in the most offensive lines are things like there are only two genders, boys and girls. Where'd all the American flags go?
YouTube views don't affect iTunes charts, but now they're talking about it's trending on YouTube, to be fair.
Megan Thee Stallion, because, of course, she makes her music for thee. her actual lyrics. I'm just going to read her lyrics here because this is what I became famous in the rap community for, is my reading of lyrics. This is like an actual lyric. This is the beginning of her song. Quote, I just want to kick this bleep off by saying F y'all. I ain't got to clear my name on an MFing thing. Every time I get mentioned, one of y'all B-A-N words get 24 hours of attention. So, yeah, that's clearly saying there are not enough American flags is like exactly the same as whatever the hell it is that Megan Thee Stallion is doing. Clearly. I mean, if we're gonna make sure that the kids don't see damaging material, we got to stop Tom MacDonald.
Man, it's
and again
in our song.
I'm having this problem a number of times still.
We talked about not promoting guns. We talked about not promoting drugs. We talked about not turning people's sons into thugs and their daughters into hoes. And we sort of spoke out against what the status quo in hip hop is.
This time I can't.
And for some reason, we're.
So again, what these lot are saying. Again, they're attacking hip hop culture, aren't it? They're attacking rap culture. They're pulling out Meg Thee Stallion's lyrics and saying that she's, you know what I'm saying, like she's negative, she's degenerate, whatever the hell they want to say, you know what I'm saying? And that their message is better. They're basically saying this black music culture is not civilized and we're the civilized ones and we're coming to save it. That's what they're trying to say. Enough props FPV said just admitted it was cut more than diamonds. I don't know how to pronounce the name of this person that's commenting here a few times as well. Kedamawi. It doesn't matter if it's AI, it's just trash entertainment for an easy audience. 100%. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing, innit? I just yesterday when I watched it live, I didn't think he was really going to be rapping. I said this earlier, but you probably didn't see it. But I didn't think he was going to be on the beat when I heard he was rapping. I thought it would be him kind of talking slightly on a beat, and it would just be a bit funny when I heard Ben Shapiro was rapping. But when I heard it, I was like, and when I saw the movement of the mouth, I was just like, nah, no way, that's AI, man. You know what I'm saying? But Gleam said, not allowing us. You mean you didn't sell as much? Yeah, like they. You know what I'm saying? They're doing the little QAnon, the easy audience. You know what I'm saying? That's the audience that's easily led by a conspiracy that they're stopping us. And you know what I'm saying? Like, those racist white people love that shit. Because racist white people love being able to be the victim. You know what I'm saying? There's been a number of comments already that saying, yeah, they want to be the victim. Or I saw one a minute ago saying, I don't think I read it out, but that said that they're doing the Jordan Peterson thing of the angle of I'm oppressed, basically. And the audience love that because the audience don't like the idea of having to look at privilege, don't like the idea of having to look at actually how other people are experiencing life in a way that's not the same, that's worse off than them, and how that makes them feel about themselves. And they often love attacking people and say, oh, you've got white guilt and you've got this and shame. But no, it's you lot that got the guilt and shame because you can't address it. Your guilt and shame makes you feel like you have to pretend it's not happening. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you literally can't handle your white guilt and your white shame. And we call that white fragility. They take what they say out of context and pick a hard line from the actual artists. It's all pieced together, bro. You can hear it in the splices. Yeah, it might be pieced together like that, yeah. I will still say mastering does give you a warm feeling in your belly. But if I was him, I would say, I hate hearing my voice. I'm hope this don't keep giving me problems, man. But there you go again. It's already on that problem. I'm going to have to Google this one later on. All right, let's just get to the end of this bit.
We're treated, we're living in some sort of upside down, backwards freak show. And it just seems like the most destructive material.
Let's call it hip hop a freak show.
And hip hop is full of a lot of destructive material. The promotion of violence, the romanticizing of mental health and prescription drugs recreationally. It seems like those things tend to get the most mainstream attention, and anything that speaks out against that, especially in our case, has been suppressed. So
The guy's trying to.
It's like,
he thinks he can
it's
take the most
almost
Def
as if
angle.
They want to sort of indoctrinate the demographic for hip hop is like 19 to 35-year-old white American youth. Like that's the primary demographic. It almost seems like there is
that's why he realized
a conscious effort
he
to
could
sort
tap
of
in.
destroy and dismantle and dilute that generation, and anything else. Like I would argue.
No, I need to pull up and see what he said there. So he's saying that hip hop was created to destroy and dismantle white youth. He's saying, hold on, this is crazy. He is saying, and that this is why he's doing this, that black culture is destroying white youth. I have to pull it up.
The most mainstream attention, backwards freak show.
Sorry, I've probably gone too far.
It seems like those things tend to get the most mainstream attention, and anything that speaks out against that, especially in our case, has been suppressed. So, it's like it's almost as if they want to sort of indoctrinate the demographic for hip hop is like 19 to 35-year-old white American youth. Like that's the primary demographic. It almost seems like there is a conscious effort to sort of destroy and dismantle and dilute that generation, and anything else. Like I would argue to say that our song is actually the total opposite of that. It's empowering people. It's hopefully
Empowering
encouraging
white
people
youth
to stand up and speak their mind and not be afraid to have an unpopular
My mind is actually
opinion
blown.
or be quote unquote offensive. It seems like those things are sort of they try to hide them, and they don't, and they sort of shove this other destructive material into those kids' faces. And I was one of those kids at one point in time when I started making.
Why isn't he celebrating the black artist with a message? Everyone knows I was Team Drake on this hip hop argument this week about Mos Def, but I watched the Mos Def video where he broke down that he wants more from a message, and he's talked about Palestine. Oh, that's why, because Mos Def's saying free Palestine. Why isn't he championing the black artists that are speaking on music with a message? I didn't think I was going to come here and get mind blown today. I'm actually mind blown. I can't even lie. Comments, marketing in digital age, people who don't like this track express that online every time it's mentioned, it feeds the algorithm and increases traffic to them. Good or bad attention pays the time. I know it's feeding to it. I think it's something we just got to bear, because it's out there, it's happening, innit? I don't think I can let this happen without saying nothing. And you got to understand, you might not know this, but I've been speaking on this for 8-9 years, because there was British white rappers making songs like this, and I said 8-9 years ago that this was coming. So this today, going through all of this, like, shout out Terror Slim in the comments, like this is a full circle moment, like, of something we predicted. Terror in the comment, what he is saying is the reason he's taking action is because it's affecting white youth. Yeah. He's saying that black music culture is damaging white youth, and he wants to do something about it. That's why he's not supporting Mos Def or countless hip-hop artists that speak with a message. Kendrick Lamar, do you know what I'm saying? If we're going to talk about on a mainstream level, don't talk shit. Kendrick is like, after Drake, there's no bigger rapper than Kendrick in the world, like in current rap music. When Kendrick drops, the whole world change, like everything stops, do you know what I'm saying? So don't talk shit, do you know what I'm saying? Enough props, FPV. If Drake is shopping music, then it's Tom MacDonald toilet music. Yeah. In the toilets in the shopping mall, innit? You know what I'm saying? Fuck's sake.
Music, that's the music I was listening to. And that led me to years and years and years of alcoholism and
wait.
And I
what music was he
one of
listening
those
to?
kids and they
So he's saying he was listening to rap music. This is what he's saying. That he's saying rap music led him to years of alcoholism.
sort of shoved this other destructive material into those kids' faces. And I was one of those kids at one point in time. When I started making music, that's the music I was listening to. And that led me to years and years and years of alcoholism and poor mental health and all types of things. So I know firsthand how destructive that content can be. And we've made a conscious effort to sort of combat that in our music. And we're the ones that are being suppressed on the YouTube charts and refusing to release our music through TuneCore. It really is like some sort of upside down, backwards freak show.
Well, you know, it is crazy. Not quite as crazy as the fact that,
Freak
again,
show.
You and I have the #1 charting tune on planet Earth right now, or at least in the United States on iTunes. But if people want to get us to that Billboard #1 that we openly call for in the song, what's the best way for people to do that, Tom?
#1
So
on
that's the
Rumble.
thing. We have, it's Monday now. We have until Thursday morning. So we got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
And
We
this
have
is it.
3 days.
This is what we
for
shouldn't be. I
everybody
shouldn't be
out
playing
there.
this
If
part.
you're
You know what I'm
watching
saying?
this right now. And
Yeah, it's the
download
part.
Fat.
I'd agree that, yeah, because this is the bit where they're going to give you the speech about how if you download it, because actually the iTunes chart doesn't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you convince people to buy stuff, it helps you to climb it. You know what I'm saying? Is Son of Tribe lurking in the chat? I thought Son of Tribe. You see the guy when I told him suck his mum yesterday? I thought that was Son of Tribe, but I'm not sure if it was Son of Tribe or that guy Pete Allen. Because he said something and I can't remember which one. He made a diss to me that I didn't know which one of them that usually say that to me. Do you know what I'm saying? But suck both their mums anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting a suck your mum t-shirt for next week. That just for the people coming on the fucking comments. Bad Slave said he is in the chat. The bloody wrong one. How do you know he's in? How do you know he's lurking? Which person is he? And you know, because I haven't seen no one coming at me today. I ain't really seen no trolls on there. Rye said 0 accountability. All right, let's just get through this one.
Incredible job with his first rap song ever. Ben
You
might
already
be
admitted
the
it wasn't
only
real.
person on the internet that is publicly more despised than I am. So not only would a #1 on Billboard be incredible for Ben and really fun for me, but it would be an absolute slap in the face to the music industry. This is the last thing that they want. They don't want this song at #1, and they certainly don't want Ben, who has publicly criticized the genre many times. They do not want Ben at the top of the Billboard charts, and we have the opportunity to do that together. So
forget that. I think we've seen enough. So when are we getting into the M.R situation, a UK music industry thing? Nearly 5 million views in 2 months on his vid. You're probably going to run into him at an event sometime. Yeah, this has taken up a lot of the show, and I wanted to include that in today's show as well. But I got a few more things to cover here. Those videos are a bit shorter because I wanted to pull up the. I've got 2 clips from the Young Spray podcast, one from the podcast he was on and one with Cream addressing him later, which I haven't watched yet. But I actually got a call yesterday about potentially interviewing M.R, but it might not end up, I can't speak too much, you know what I'm saying? I might not end up doing it, but a friend of mine might end up doing it. They wanted me to do it with them. They might end up doing it without me. And they said they're going to give me a call and consult me about certain questions they should ask and stuff like that. So I might get some things across the M.R, and it's an interesting conversation. And I had a thought yesterday because Terra sent me a tug of war song dissing M.R from a while ago. So I might get tug of war on my podcast as well, because that's my guy still. I can holler at him pretty easy. And I might get tug of war to come on and speak about that whole conversation and what he thinks about it. Obviously, that relates to him and his music over the years. Do you know what I'm saying? Cuban Pete, the bogus Latino from East Anglia. I didn't say that, by the way. That was Sarah Slim. I was just reading out a comment. I wanted to play one other thing of Ben Shapiro dissing rap music, right? I'm going to have to play a bit of it because I just think it's important for the context, but I want to kind of shoot through and past this at the same time. And I also really want to play the part where Loki breaks down where Ben Shapiro's money comes from. So I want to cover those 2 things and then we're going to move on. Alright, so this video, this is from a while ago. So remember, Ben Shapiro made a tweet and we saw him talk about it briefly on one of the other clips, saying that rap is not real music, yeah? And Zubi, who is a UK rapper, I guess, Nova meets M.R, that would be wild if you was allowed to ask anything and get it heated. Yeah, the comments. Yeah, but you know the thing is, yeah, like I'm not really against M.R, you know what I'm saying? But my thing was, we'll get to that, but my thing is, I'll just say briefly, is like, don't get hype and start shouting at Jamaican people while you're making this point. Yeah, because like, he didn't say he was Jamaican in that clip and all that. We'll see it, but tone down the way you're like, be aware that people are going to have certain thoughts about this and be considerate and listen. Yeah, and don't disrespect the conversation. That's kind of my thing with him. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Rai, said he's off to bed with a herb tea. Peace, everyone. Respect for being here, bro. And I know you sent me that link, so hopefully you watch it after when I continue to go through that part of his of Ben Shapiro's funding. But I just want to say a bit about Zubi, because this is Zubi, who's a UK rapper challenging Ben Shapiro on why rap music is music. So I'm probably going to agree with some of it, but I don't fuck with Zubi either, right? Zubi is a British rapper, yeah. He's a black rapper. He's not a white rapper, so I'm not going to treat his music the way I'm treating these lot. But he's also tried to become a right-wing speaker as a rapper. He's realised there's a gap in the market that he can cater to these lot and get their attention. So he's a waste man as well. Let me just be 100%. Zubi is a waste man, and he's a shit rapper. And I think he's paid by the same people that pay these lot as well. I think he takes money from right-wing sources in order to push white supremacy. That's my opinion on Zubi. I don't fuck with Zubi one bit. Terra Slim knows Zubi personally and even has a song with him. I bet you didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? That's where this whole thing started.
About it. So the elephant in the room is that I have tweeted many
Terra said Zubi is my guy in the comments.
My view of this is shaped by the fact that I have the cultural profile of a Bond villain, meaning that if I drank alcohol, it would be brandy from a snifter. I've played classical violin since I was 5 years old. I own a nice violin. My dad is a professional pianist. We play Brahms together, and so I grew up listening to classical music almost entirely, some Broadway.
Yes, maybe, Ryan Sanders.
Well, not maybe. So a lot of classic jazz like Oscar Peterson. But apparently, number one, do you think that it's racist not to like rap? Because I've been told that if I do not like rap, then this is because I do not like black people, which I find shocking since I particularly like
it is
jazz,
the reason you don't like it, bro.
So can we just assuage my fears here that I'm not a racist for not liking rap, and then you can convince me that I'm actually wrong about rap?
Yeah, no, I think you're wrong. I definitely don't think it's racist. No.
Zubi's an idiot. Remember, he's an idiot.
People say such crazy stuff. I don't get how someone can jump.
Also, Twitter has changed in radical ways. Like, it used to be that 10 years ago you could make a joke about rap not being music, and you're stupid if you disagree, and people are like, oh, that's a joke. Yeah. And now it's like, no, you meant that you hate black people. It's like, whoa, where did that come from?
People really read non-existent malice and non-existent interpretations into things people say. It's just a weird trend which goes away.
Fuck this video. I should have thought about this as well. I just wanted to have a bit of him explaining that he doesn't like rap music, but I guess he did it earlier. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I'm just thinking about this now, and I have watched this ages ago. This is just going to be a video of Zubi letting him off. Zubi kind of done this video to help him, and Zubi will probably do another video soon. He's probably out there. He probably bought 100 copies of the iTunes thing to try and get them to the top of the chart. But Zubi's probably also sitting there a bit mad that Ben Shapiro didn't do a song with him. You know what I mean? But alright, I'm gonna go and just find this. Gosh, I'm just going to my inbox and it's full of bloody messages. I don't have time for that right now. But I'm just gonna pull up this link. Alright, let's get serious. We're not gonna be able to do that link either, because. Wait a second, I'm just gonna search because I saw a video. It was a short video of Loki breaking down where Ben Shapiro's funding comes from, but it was on Instagram, and what I've been sent is an hour-long video that I can't react to an hour-long video right now. So I'm gonna have to find out. Maybe we'll get into that in the next episode. But all right, let's move on to M.R. Let me know in the comments, should we move on to M.R? Or I had two other things I wanted to address, right? M.R being one of them, that's a main one. And Meg Thee Stallion and Nicki. I just wanted to react to Nicki's diss song because I ain't listened to it yet. DDN News. Was that where that video was? DDN News. Yeah, that might have been it. It wasn't like a long video. You know what I'm saying? I got one here that's 12 minutes that says Loki exposes Piers Morgan and Ben Shapiro. That's not the video that I've seen before. But let's pull that one up though. Let's just get this in there because I think it's important. And you know what's crazy? I just searched on the thing. I'm on a different side, so I'm not gonna show that on the thing. This is what actually I will. It's just gonna be confusing to show it, but let me just pull it over. This is crazy. Look at this. I'm gonna get this up on the screen. I'm gonna get this up on the big screen. Look at this. I just searched Loki, Ben Shapiro, DDN News. Look at the second thing in the search. Look at that. And he's trying to say that he's getting blocked by YouTube. They're pushing him. Why is that? You know what I'm saying? It's right there. You know what I'm saying? I put Loki as the first word. No other Loki stuff. You know what I'm saying? Trying it. But alright, we're gonna get this one up and we're gonna give this one a quick run.
Attempting to push.
All right.
Ben Shapiro, Douglas Murray, Jordan Peterson, Rupert Murdoch, Talk TV, and Piers Morgan. All of the names that I've just mentioned have
Red
links
flag for
to
them.
the Israeli political and military establishment, which is attempting to push the Palestinians of Gaza into the Sinai Desert of Egypt. These individuals are seeking relentlessly to fold Palestine into their own synthetic world view. We've seen a sophisticated campaign in this country to replace the class war with the culture war. Essentially, Palestine is now being integrated by those same forces into this trademark of wokeness. But let me tell you something clearly.
You see it there?
Palestine is a...
This is going to be harder to stop and talk over because I'm going to have to just kind of let this run, right? But yeah, this agenda of wokeness, it's all related. You know what I'm saying? This whole Tom MacDonald, like there's lyrics about being woke and all of that, like everyone trying to be woke and shut them down in that as well. And Ben Shapiro, all of them, they're attacking wokeness, attacking basically anything talking about progression, anything trying to stop war in Palestine, trying to stop racism in America, racist police. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you have an issue with people stopping those things, then you are pro those things. Obviously, we know Ben Shapiro is anti-Palestine, etc. But yeah, it's crazy when you actually start looking at where the money comes from, because they're actually getting paid for this. And Tom MacDonald has clocked that there's a big fund in this. Like, I don't fuck with Candace Owens because I realize Candace Owens is paid by these same people. Yeah, and Candace Owens started off with a left-wing, pro-black, anti-racism blog and realized there was no money in it, so she switched it.
The real war, not your manufactured, broadsheet-centered, mainstream media-supported culture war. You talk about cancel culture, there is no people on the face of this earth who have been more cancelled in human history than the Palestinians. The Palestinians have been cancelled out of all existence. People like Douglas Murray, Jordan Peterson, Ben Shapiro, and Piers Morgan moan about people challenging their views. Isn't it so ironic to see those that have bored our ears off about their own supposed cancel culture?
Yes, Loki.
Cancel culture which has genocidal ramifications on children in Gaza. But let me
You
tell
see it
something.
there?
The Palestinians
I have to big up Loki, man. You know what I'm saying? My guy Loki every time. I know Terra's in the comments probably somewhere got something to say about Loki or whatever, but I have to big up Loki because this is what it is. All them other idiots, Tom MacDonald, all that, even them Rise Above donuts, all they want to talk about, cancel culture. They're trying to cancel us all for saying all of this right-wing stuff. You know what I'm saying? And like I was always saying that the only people that actually get cancelled is black people and left-wing people. Do you know what I'm saying? Like nobody right-wing really gets cancelled unless it's just the actual consequence of something really real you've done. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, my example was Jeremy Corbyn. Jeremy Corbyn has been cancelled in the real world. Yeah, Ben Shapiro and Tom MacDonald have not, but Loki has took it to a whole next level here. Like he took it to a whole next step.
Palestinian struggle against settler colonialism is over 100 years old. It preceded you becoming a twinkle in the eye of your parents. Palestine will never die. It will live beyond you and all of your attempts to disfigure the truth. They're losing the propaganda war, but they have tried. In an article which Ben Shapiro has had wiped from the internet but is thankfully still available due to the Wayback Machine, Ben Shapiro said the following: if you believe that Israel has a right to exist, then you must allow Israel to transfer the Palestinians and Israeli Arabs from Judea, Samaria, Gaza, and Israel proper. Time to stop being squeamish. Transfer is not genocide. So let's look at the trajectory of Ben Shapiro. He was employed as a Shillman Fellow at the David Horowitz Freedom Center. Robert Shillman, the person who funded his position, was on the board of the Friends of the IDF at the same time and funds illegal settlements in occupied Palestine. Not only was Ben Shapiro a Shillman Fellow at the David Horowitz Freedom Center, so was Tommy Robinson. Later, Ben Shapiro went on to co-found the Daily Wire with Jeremy Bowen. Both of those people worked to set up the YouTube channel, the Prager University, for Israel lobbyist Dennis Prager. While doing that, they worked directly under the leadership of Marissa Straight, who was a former Unit 8200 military intelligence agent. Jordan Peterson is employed by the Daily Wire. Where is his humanity when looking upon the Palestinians? Give them hell, Netanyahu. Those were your words. Did Netanyahu give the Palestinians enough hell yet? You call
red flags in the comments. Show me some more red flags in the comments, man.
The bombing of hospitals, churches, and schools in your name. One of the key ways in which they are trying to push back against the force of reality with what is happening in Gaza has been Talk TV. But what is Talk TV? This patriotic alternative to cancel culture. Well, it was founded by Rupert Murdoch and is part of his News Corp empire. But there's something about Rupert Murdoch's relationship with Israeli intelligence that the world should know. In 1988, Rupert Murdoch helped to found an organization that would go on to be called the NDS Group at Weizmann Institute in Israel. It was later alleged that this organization, the NDS Group, which became a subsidiary of News Corp, had hacked the communications of rivals and hacked
tear emojis as well. It's fucked up, man.
Free on the internet in the early 2000s. Not only were Rupert Murdoch's two sons on the board of the NDS Group, there were also some more interesting figures behind them. The CEO of NDS Group was Abe Peled. Abe Peled was a technical officer in the Israeli Infantry Corps. The head of security was Reuven Hazak. Reuven Hazak was the deputy director of Israel's internal intelligence agency, Shin Bet. The chief technical director was Yossi Tesouria, who was a member
red flag for them, man,
which attempted to blow up Al-Aqsa. So what you have here is an Israeli company owned by Rupert Murdoch, staffed by former Israeli military and intelligence personnel, which stands accused of hacking rivals in order to benefit Rupert Murdoch's media empire. Murdoch's charitable arm, the News Corp Foundation, donated money in 2007 to the Jerusalem Foundation. The Jerusalem Foundation builds in illegal settlements in Sheikh Jarrah and East Jerusalem. We also know that Murdoch's sons have a close relationship with Benjamin Netanyahu. In addition to that, Rupert Murdoch was on the board of Genie Energy, an oil and gas company, when it had contracts in Israeli-occupied Syrian Golan Heights. Sam Kiley, the Africa correspondent at the Times newspaper, resigned from his position, claiming that Murdoch's close friendship with Ariel Sharon and investments in Israel prevented the Times newspaper from being able to cover Palestine and Israel in an objective way. Any information which is coming through Talk TV or other Murdoch-owned news channels or papers is likely to be deeply biased in the direction of Israel. That brings us to the question of Piers Morgan. Now, Piers Morgan goes to great lengths to state his own objectivity and neutrality.
Yeah, right.
On the issue whether I'm pro-Israel, I don't have a horse in this race.
But it is my conviction that his personal relationships with key Israel lobbyists and fundraisers for the builders of settlements would cast a serious question mark on that neutrality. In the past, Piers Morgan has fronted fundraising campaigns for a charity founded by former head of the Labour Friends of Israel, Jonathan Mendelsohn, and a charity which is also run by key Israel lobbyist Trevor Chin. Trevor Chin is an executive director of BICOM, Israel's largest lobby group in this country. In the midst of his coverage of Israel's genocidal war on Gaza, Piers Morgan had a cozy sushi meal in New York with Nicola Mendelsohn, the wife of Jonathan Mendelsohn. Nicola Mendelsohn, as part of Facebook, headed the procurement of Onavo. Onavo, an Israeli mobile analytics company which was founded by veterans of Unit 8200 military intelligence in Israel. This organization then set about, through Facebook, monitoring users' out-of-app behavior. It was found that Onavo's activity on behalf of Facebook violated the privacy of Facebook users and was then used to inform Facebook's purchase of WhatsApp. For that reason, Facebook were then required to shut down Onavo. Catherine Jenkins, the other woman seated next to Piers Morgan, has also been credited as fundraising for the JNF.
We're going to have to come for Piers another day. We're going to have to come for Piers another day on a whole different thing.
Include not only Tony Blair, but also Isaac Herzog, the president of Israel, and Benjamin Netanyahu, the prime minister of Israel. But do you know who else is on the board of the JNF? None other than Alan Mendoza, the key figure at the Henry Jackson Society. Now, the Henry Jackson Society was founded with a statement signed by James Woolsey, the former director of the CIA, by Richard Dearlove, the former head of MI6 at the time of the Iraq War, by Erwin Stetzler, who is the right-hand man to Rupert Murdoch. The Henry Jackson Society was essential to the development of Prevent, which spawned
rise above, take notes.
children into a public statutory duty. Another
this is how you actually investigate.
The Henry Jackson Society is none other than William Shawcross, who of course went on to head the Charity Commission and lead a witch hunt against Muslim charities. Douglas Murray worked for many years for the Henry Jackson Society, proselytizing for the war on terror and generally making things harder across the board for Muslims in Europe. But where did the funding for this Douglas Murray organization, the Henry Jackson Society, come from? Well, one of its funders is the Hertog Foundation. The Hertog Foundation also funds the David Foundation, key settler group in East Jerusalem. And also, the Hertog Foundation funds the Friends of the IDF and the David Horowitz Freedom Center, which employed Tommy Robinson and Katie Hopkins. So the organization that Douglas Murray worked for many years shared funders with the Friends of the IDF, illegal settlements, and Tommy Robinson. And Douglas Murray can do as many appearances.
My sidecar's frozen again, so I can't even pause. I'm just trying to let this run and see it don't crash. I'll let it run to the end.
The majority of people viewing these videos understand him to be Tommy Robinson with an Eton education. Despite attempting to depict themselves as victims of cancel culture relentlessly, these very same figures are now relishing in the victimhood of Palestinians. They are relishing in the victimizing of some of the poorest people in the world inside a concentration camp. And at the same time, Israel is attempting to portray itself as a victim while being the hyper-aggressor, while being the occupier, while being the ethnic cleanser of Palestine. These are the very same people backing up the Israeli Defense Minister, Yoav Gallant, when he refers to people of Gaza as human animals. They are the very same people backing up Benjamin Netanyahu as he quotes biblical sources with genocidal ramifications. And as their desperation becomes more and more apparent, we will see more outbursts and lashing out of those that support Israel's genocidal war on the Palestinians. Just remember who is on the right side of history here. Mainstream monopoly on information is breaking.
Shut out, Loki.
Symptoms of that process is the development of platforms like Double Down News. So it's absolutely vital that if we want to build...
Shut out, Loki. Shut out, Double Down News. I just need to try and fix the sidecar again quickly.
We must do what we can to support platforms like Double Down News, so sign up to the Patreon now.
Yeah, that was epic, man. I think that was the video that I was talking about, that I shared it on Instagram, and I saw it on Loki's Instagram originally. I wanted to just play that because, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about Ben Shapiro today. A lot of it wasn't about him. I feel like the clip that I saw did show a lot more about Ben Shapiro, but it shows who we're dealing with here and where the money comes from. Like, these guys are acting like they're not being funded to do this rap thing, right? This whole stupid rap campaign attack on black culture. They're acting like they're the underdogs not being funded. You've got all the funding from there. That's where your funding comes from. And that's really what your agenda is. Do you know what I'm saying? So don't try it. Do you know what I'm saying? And like, I'm glad it showed the part where he broke down this whole culture war that they're trying to create with... I've said it so many times, cancel culture doesn't exist. There is no cancel culture against the right-wing people that they're talking about. Cancel culture is just a buzzword in order to get those people riled up and fighting for the right to be discriminating against others. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Brandon said in the comment, I shared this on Facebook when it first came out. It must have got pushed down the timeline because it never got one like or comment. And Ronald MacDonald has the cheek to talk about cancelling. Yeah, exactly. I'm saying McDonald's talking about cancelling. But yeah, big up. Look, we've been here for an hour and 40 minutes. Yeah. I was thinking I'll go 2 hours, but I'll go over. I don't mind. I'm saying I can go as long as whatever. But I guess, you know, we've only covered this. So I'm going to get to the... let's move on. I'm going to get to this M.R. stuff. Because this is interesting. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad Gleam is here. I hope you're still here, still there, bro. Because obviously, as like a white reggae artist who has a lot of credibility, and you've even explained today, you know what I'm saying, like being in the charts and all of that, you'll kind of understand a lot of this culturally and probably have some interesting things to say. Like I said earlier, I'm not anti M.R. I watched the whole Spray interview. I watched the whole 4 hours of it, and I found it interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a white hip hop artist, you know, a rapper in black music culture who raps in a way that is how I came up speaking in my environment. But I get the people saying to me, "Oh, you're talking black," all of that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It still aligns, but obviously what he's done is a whole different, you know, it's a whole further conversation. And I think in dancehall and reggae music, it's different. Like, I don't know how many people have actually come out in that music from other countries who haven't done it in the accent. It's just not something that's, I think, it's culturally happened. But Gleam said, I watched a similar thing with Loki being interviewed by an Asian man from memory. Oh yeah, let me know. Any of these things you've seen that are of interest to watch in the future, man. Like, try and find them and send them to me.
Steph.
But so we're gonna get into M.R. I don't know if any of you haven't seen this, but M.R. on the Really the Most Young Spray podcast, and having a bit of a heated moment with Ice Cream. Oh God! Again, every time the Flycard thing dies, I have to do this, don't I? And a lot of shouting starts. You know what I'm saying? Some call it blaccent, and the technical term could be socialect. Socialect. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and it'd be funny if I'm not, considering we're talking about dialect. I guess I am pronouncing it correctly. Yeah, but like to me, yeah. I don't know if that's someone I know commenting there or not, but like I said, I've had this thing from time, like, why are you talking black? Like, to me, that's racism, innit? Like, that's racist. But there's a different layer of conversation going on with here. To me, someone coming to me going, oh, you talk black, that's because they're trying to say, they only ever say that when they think they think how you're talking is a derogatory thing, right? And they're not seeing the racism in the fact that black people don't talk one way, white people don't talk one way. So to say a race talks one way is wild, you know what I'm saying? Brandon Lee said, Toddler T is more akin to Rodigan than M.R. Oh, Toddler, one extra Toddler T. Is that an example of someone who speaks in a British accent in reggae music? Or is that what you're saying? Or obviously, I see Rodigan mentioned there, but he's a DJ in the traditional DJ sense of the word, so like, or a host, you know what I'm saying? So they're not really like chatting and all of that. Gleam said, you are late to the game. Man was on the Truth Express podcast in Brum cussing out M.R. Is that the link you've been sharing to me, Gleam? Because you kept sending me a link, and maybe it's because you're on the audio and you're not on the screen, but I couldn't see you in it, so I thought, why is Gleam sending me this like he's in it and I can't see him in it? Let me know how long that is as well, and send it to me again, because if we got time, I'll put it on after and I can just play what you've sent. If it's like a short enough video, but let's get into this. Let's get into this first anyway. I remember, like, let me say, I wasn't against him too much, yeah, and they weren't against him too much. When you watch the full episode, Spray weren't against him. Obviously, Spray was taking his side anyway, trying to wind Ice Cream up, but they only went off on him later because he started getting rude in the comments, talking about that they set him up.
Steph versus Jada Kingdom with their little diss track beef going on.
Can you not hear that?
Give the audience a background to
so
what's going on.
How did it all start? Oh yeah. So basically, yeah, as you can see, basically it was all over my timeline. Steph versus Jada, Jada versus Steph. Steph sent for Jada, and then Jada asked her if it's her she's talking, put her name on it or whatever. Steph dropped her track, then Jada dropped hers, I think. Who dropped theirs first?
I just boosted up the audio because it looked like it was a bit quiet there. Well, let me know you can hear that.
Then Steph, then Jada, and now Steph's dropped another one.
I want to try to turn it up again, just saying that again.
I ain't heard that new.
Ain't you heard the new one?
No. But after you said about the thing, because I only heard the clips before.
Yeah.
And just naturally, I was just backing Steph.
Yeah.
Just naturally, because
UK, innit?
UK, innit? I'm not gonna, do you get what I'm saying? Like,
but I think a lot of Jamaicans are naturally just backing Jada because of that.
Nice.
So I feel like we have to, nothing wrong with that.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? But that was my whole thing. But even when I heard like certain things, I thought, nah, Steph's going in, yeah. But then, if I be honest, like Jada's going mad still.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't care about this part, to be honest. But
her thing, like, as far as clashing, she's going.
I want to get to the bit. Maybe I should forward
Jada
it a little.
can't chat to Steph lyrically, like her spitting.
All right, here we go on.
Because I'm putting
Steph sent her first song.
Even from here, you start to boss up the conversation a bit too much.
Hear what happened now. Steph released the first song, and that's what kicked it off. Then Jada actually responded to a track.
Now, you know what kicked it off? Because didn't Steph release that song because Yeah, let me put more context into it.
Right.
Because Jada's the one that came online saying that, Steph's talking about her, chatting shit about her, but Steph wasn't talking about her. She was talking about Donatella, or she was talking about someone else.
All right, let me give the people them some context. So basically, yeah, apparently, when Steph
This where it's
and
like,
Burna Boy had a
It's
bit
like he
of
tried to
break,
become the host of the show.
apparently Burna Boy's around in Jamaica. I don't really
Well,
know.
it's not apparently, it's not allegedly. He put it in his song. He said Jada Kingdom's got the best pom pom in Kingston.
That's what he said.
Basically.
He said,
Yeah, it's not alleged.
so we buy a Birkin for Jada Kingdom.
No,
and
but the
yeah.
Donatella thing, but what happened
What I'm saying-
is when Jada, when the blogs put it out that Jada was seeing Burna Boy or they was linking up or whatever they was doing, Steph must have made a comment, must have made a statement. And everybody thought it was to Jada.
Yeah, that's
Do you
right.
understand?
That's
Because
what-
of the timing of when she put it out, it looked
But
like
it wasn't.
She said it was
She said it about
Donatella,
someone
but
else, yeah.
she said it was her, but we don't know, do we? You
Well,
might have
she's
been
saying it
throwing
was her.
words. Do you get what I'm
Saying
saying?
it's still low.
believe her, 'cause
I think
I
their
don't have
sound
to
is
believe
not.
anything.
No,
I
I'm
can
saying
have my
not,
own opinion.
I'm saying unbelievable.
Yeah,
mixed
yeah, yeah.
well.
I'm not saying that
She
she did or
beefed,
she
she's not-
didn't, but that's what people assumed.
'Cause if I put it
from
much
them.
higher, it's
So
gonna,
obviously
like-
she done another send.
Peak a lot.
So basically, yeah, that's what happened, people. So like, there's a little. Obviously, I don't know why Steph sent for Jada, but she has. Whether it was musical, whether it was
That's
for
why.
dancehall,
That's why Steph said she's
whatever.
trying to give context.
But anyway, like I think the first diss song from Steph was like, yeah, you've kicked it off well. All right, cool. Now I think in
London
war,
Bed was
all
going
fair
on.
is fair. If we're in something now, and you say like, I'm like, all right, give
I'm
me
gonna
an
have to turn the
answer,
sound
and
down
you
again
say,
'cause they
"Oh,
start
you can't
shouting."
go back. Now that's what happened, and a lot of people have bypassed this part. Jada actually responded before the track that everyone was talking about. It was a kind of like a rap kind of style flow.
Yeah. She put it out on her stories, didn't she?
Dead.
Yeah.
Dead.
But was that a response?
You have to
that she-
retract yourself.
I find this a little bit weird as well. Let me just say this early. Like, he is so much like in love with Jamaican culture. In the beginning, Spray said he's siding with Steph because of London and and he said, and M. Dot saying that, you know, people are siding with Jamaica because of Jamaica. So it's like, your whole life is Jamaica, bro. Why are you riding so hard against the Jamaican artist in this conversation? It seemed a bit weird.
Mama.
Oh, is it?
Listen, me I say Jamaica, listen to me, man, car. Me a bad boy, and me a stand up for UK right now. You can't stand my blood clot thing. Watch this.
Yeah, weird.
Nobody not talk about. Listen, me say a whole heap of people in Jamaica. I talk about Steph lost the war, and listen to me, man. Your artist did flop to pussy clot. She flop. She flopped so blood clot bad you had to do a next Bumper Clot song. So don't come tell me nothing. In that first clash there, the first round, Steph did win.
But she didn't put out a tune.
Because you had to retract your song and then go back and do a next song. You have to do a next song to come back. No, so that is not how war works. This is not how it works, mama.
Yeah, so-
Let me tell you something. She put out a song. You replied. Your reply was shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright, so let
you
me- let me-
lose.
let me- let
You
me say
lose
my
round one.
team.
Jamaica, listen, because enough people now talk about it because it was so shit.
Yeah.
No one even heard it.
But it wasn't.
you ain't even spoken
I
about it.
spoke on it, but
No
it
one
wasn't
even
like-
heard it.
You
Because it
can't-
was so
you
shit.
lot-
If he weren't here, I wouldn't have known about this shit.
But it wasn't
hold
a
on, hold
song
on,
because
hold
it
on.
was a snippet.
It
Hold on a
doesn't
minute. Let me
matter.
finish.
It's a
Hold on
reply.
there.
It's a reply.
Hold
Listen,
on.
1 second.
a
1
reply.
second. Because I know
That's
about clashing
That's
as well.
a-
If
right?
you are clashing
She
someone,
was- she
you put
put us-
anything
she-
on a
Clearly
piece
don't.
of song
Put
and say
on her
something, it's a
story.
reply.
Don't, 'cause
She was
she's
acting
lost.
on her stories
The
and had
sidecars
music
mashed up
playing in the
again.
background. Do you
Lost.
understand? That's different to releasing
Lost.
my
Well, don't do
reply
it
to
then.
you as a clash.
Well, don't do it because we're gonna take that as your reply.
But
don't do it.
But she did it. It wasn't a song. It's a clip on her Insta
It was
stories at the
lyric-
end of a tune that she had already
Listen,
pre-recorded.
it was
Do
lyrics.
you understand what I'm saying?
On a rhythm.
That's your opinion. That's mine.
Is it music?
No,
Is it
listen.
music? Music.
If somebody does a diss track to you, Spray, and you
Lyrics
put out a little
on
and you put
a
out a
rhythm.
on your story with your music playing in the
Lyrics
background, that's your
on- It's in
reply.
back-
That's
your
your
reply.
diss track.
You've replied.
That's chat- you're chatting
You
shit.
have no, but
That's
oh,
my
That's
reply.
not your diss
All right, let me
track.
break it down.
Why am I doing it
Let me
for?
break it down.
It's
All
not
right,
your diss
it's not
track.
your diss track, but
That's
let me
my
ask you
reply.
this: Did
It's
you
not your
reply?
diss track.
No.
reply.
All right,
That's my
but
reply.
did
She
you?
Hold up. All the shouting just made the whole thing go crazy. Brandon said he does this way too much. What do you mean? What does he do way too much? Like, break it down for me. Gleam said he don't know who Queen is until she laid it on him. Those that know Rough Cut Band is one of the best English reggae who have done loads of rhythms. When she says the Rough Cut thing though, he does back up. You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, okay. But yeah, it's like, you don't know who you're talking to, innit? So what you do know is she's Jamaican. So don't try and kind of act like you're superior to her, really. Like I said, he didn't say bad boy, not bad man. Let me put
That's
it up
mine.
a little.
Is it music?
My
well, don't do it then.
As a clap.
Well,
one second, because I know.
1 second. We're getting this back up. I have to do this whole little thing again. I've got to work out why that happens.
About clashing.
Listen,
1 second, because I know about clashing as well.
If you are clashing someone, you put anything on a piece of song and say something, it's a reply.
She was acting on her stories and had music playing in the background. Do you understand? That's different to releasing my
well, don't do it then. Well, don't do it because we're gonna take that as your reply. But don't do it.
But she did it. It wasn't a
Not
song.
really,
it's a clip on her Instagram.
It was
not a tune that she had already pre-recorded.
It was lyrics.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
On a rhythm.
That's your opinion. That's mine.
Is it music?
No,
is
listen.
it music?
If somebody does a diss track to you, Spray, and you put out a little snip, and you put out on your story with your music playing in the background, that's your reply. That's your diss track.
You've replied.
You're chatting.
You have no, but that's
not your diss track.
Why am I doing it?
Let me break it down. All right, it's not your diss track, but let me ask you this. Did you reply? No, all right, but did you reply?
She put out a diss track to me. Her reply to the first one was London Bed.
Forget diss tracks.
Did she reply?
She was on her story. She done loads of different
stories. Did she reply? She replied.
She didn't reply. I don't think so.
All right, so let's move on from that.
Stop telling me what I heard. I'm lying to you.
So then we move on to the second round now. So I'm saying the first round, Steph won the first round.
Steph.
Because you even if you didn't put it out, I heard a reply. Whether that wasn't a diss track, it wasn't put out properly, I heard it and I took that as your
It was an outro to a remake to an already made track because she posted it up on her thing.
You shouldn't confuse people because people are going to think you're replying.
Say that this is my official diss track to the girl.
Yeah, anyway,
you get what I'm saying? That's not
with
I'm going by who I think. It's not
Jamaica.
about Jamaica.
Because I'm reading to it and then Jada dropped back the third.
So am I real to it as well?
Now Jada reply strong.
You're an idiot, you know. I swear down. Stop doing that.
We're real to it.
Oh, watch
no,
but
you're
are you trying to say he's not real to it?
Where are you from? Dominica, and you're from England.
Yeah,
I'm more Jamaican than any of you lot on here.
You're not.
When was the last time you went to Jamaica?
Nobody can't
no, hold on. No, hold on. Nobody can't tell me that. When was the last time you went to Jamaica?
When was the last time?
When was the last time you was in Jamaica?
It does.
Do you know what's going on the streets of Jamaica?
Do you know?
When was you there last?
You made a big claim. It matters. You made a big claim. It does matter. You made a big claim.
When was you last in Jamaica?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Alright. Shout out to Gleam, he just gave me some advice, but I just need to check that. Let me just come off that screen. He said I don't know if you're on a Mac, but you can right click each scene and set a key on the keyboard. Do you know what it is, Gleam? I've actually got a Stream Deck with buttons where I can just press the buttons there, but for some reason the lights on it went out when I started the stream. So I decided not to reboot it because I had everything working. So I was like, let me not fuck with that today. But it's not actually the switching back and forth that's working. What it is I've got an iPad open on the side, which is where I'm opening. So when I'm putting that little screen in the corner, that's the screen of the iPad. And I've never had this before, but for some reason the screen on the iPad keeps freezing. So I'm going to have to just research that. Yeah, but shout out and Gleam again in the comment. How dare he raise his voice like he has authority? Yeah, that's the wild thing. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like he didn't say he's more Jamaican than her, but he tried to kind of come with an energy in it and be like, yeah, when's the last time you went? So he's trying to say, I know more than you, innit? I know more than you, and you don't. And this hasn't shown the whole clip, which is annoying because she went into a lot more where she explained that about her dad being in Rough Cut Band, and she explained about her sister being Mafiela. Shout out Mafiela as well. Shout out Big J. Like, I got connections to these people as well. You know what I'm saying? Mafiela's been on my show. Big J, who's like Mafiela's partner, like, that's my guy from primary school. Do you know what I'm saying? So I fuck with these lot. But yeah, that backed him down, innit? But it's a wild one, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he does love Jamaican culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think there's some parts of it which I'm not against. But it's like, be mindful. Don't be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Don't, like, when you're in, like, and this is really relates to the Ben Shapiro thing again, because and the Tom MacDonald thing, because it's like Tom MacDonald has intentionally come into hip hop music culture to be disrespectful to it. He's intentionally done that, yeah? So my whole thing is, as a white artist in black music culture, be mindful, be respectful, learn the culture, treat the culture with respect and love. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't start talking over people, shouting over people. Do you know what I'm saying? That's wild. It is kind of wild. You know what I'm saying? Sam Gregory, he's so extra. Gleam, like visiting a country extracts your blood. Dumb. Enough props. FPV said, if he was in an interview in Jamaica, I could see why he'd use the dialect accent. Brandon said, he's just doing too much. And another comment again, enough props. Like, if you're speaking in French, use the accent and it's easier, but being a full on, I get that point, but we're speaking in, you know, a dialect of English language, so I get why it's a bit different to that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Personally, like, I don't have an issue with him. I don't have an issue with his accent. I don't have an issue with his music. Gleam did share a video with me that seems to have him saying the N-word on it, because he said in the interview that he doesn't say the N-word, and there's people trying to expose him for that. I wasn't convinced he said it, but I can be wrong. Gleam was sharing a few things with me to try and highlight that he felt he did say it. And the first video you shared with me, Gleam, I did actually see Young Spray, really the most reposted that like the short of it on their YouTube channel, so they might have felt that way about it as well. I've got the thing back up now, so I just want to watch the next part, because I'm hoping some of you have seen the rest of what was said on that. This is gonna be annoying, because I think, oh no, we're still here. I thought I lost the tab that I wanted, because I want to watch the next bit of Cream addressing him the week later, which I haven't watched yet. And this let's hope we can watch this without it crashing. But this one says on the title, Cream rubs out M. He thinks him being on the ground supersedes having Jamaican parents and being brought up. I don't know if he thinks that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be too heavy on M. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to be too heavy on him. But I think what I do think is it's a conversation to have alongside these Tom MacDonald conversations and that. And it's a conversation of raising a kind of issue of white artists in the black music space, and how, you know, the level of respect and like consideration they have to kind of walk with, that they should walk with. Do you know what I'm saying? And sometimes maybe we need some of them to make that mistake in order to highlight it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I think it needs to be talked about. Do you know what I'm saying? Literally listen to Gleam. He thinks him I think M.R is just excited. He's not smart enough to exploit. What being full on? He said, "All right, let's." Again, that's how you know I'm being slow, because I've already seen. I've got this thing up, and I didn't realize you lot are still not seeing it again, because we've gone through that thing. So yeah, Cream rubs out M.R. Let's see what Cream's dealing with.
What I will say is, it wasn't no setup. And when I did say, oh yeah, I voted him.
Of course it wasn't a setup.
I actually rate the guy. Like, you don't.
I say what, musically?
No, but I'm saying
in general.
I'm talking about me.
Yeah.
I'm saying musically, I didn't know him.
Yeah.
Before that, but I actually rate, when I'm not trolling when I'm saying Radam and all this stuff. I'm thinking that's hard. Not like that, but I rate his madness, innit? So I'm not thinking you're saying that I'm mad. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But obviously, I didn't know him.
Yeah.
So that was my first interaction.
Yeah.
As far as I could say, he could have been a white yardie.
But White Yardie had more of a leg to stand on because White Yardie lived in Jamaica. His mum got pregnant with him in Jamaica. You understand what I'm saying?
What you was doing with him? Let me just say.
I just needed
I know
to.
what I'm saying. Let me just say though, yeah. Like I weren't against the guy, bro. Do you get what I'm trying to say? We didn't invite him
to do that.
To mock him.
Yeah.
We didn't invite him for none of that. We invite.
Comment from Gleam M.R. quotes, "Shut up, mum. I'm not grounded. I'm going out." Am I supposed to say that in an accent or not? I don't know if that's in his Kent accent. And then Gleam said, "Me to my Jamaican uncle," and then smacked me dead. If Gleam sent a video, watch it. Nuff Props said, so Nuff Props, Gleam sent me a video of Gleam himself talking on a podcast about this issue, so it's relevant to this. So I'm gonna watch this, and then I'm gonna go get the Gleam video. I know Gleam, you've already. I don't know if did you send it to my inbox or did you just? If you didn't send it to my inbox, send it to me there so that I can grab it after this.
I invited him to give him his flowers.
Yeah.
Because I rated him. Like I didn't. It's not. But see, like when it's only after he said, "Oh, it's a setup," and I thought, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Because I phoned him. I actually phoned him when it was his birthday. It was his birthday the day before or something. And I phoned him. I said, "Yeah, happy birthday, bro." Da, da, da. Do you get what I'm saying? He was cool. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
and
so,
like, even with the trailers, people was like, "Oh, you're posting too many trailers. I'm not gonna watch the last one. I'm not gonna watch it on Sunday." But I knew in my head, you are, because I've got these other trailers.
Yeah.
So I knew what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm promoting the thing. Like I said, I had the other trailer where he's actually saying he's not Jamaican. That I will end up posting. But I had that trailer. But because the other one went so mad, I thought, well, I might as well just leave you out there, innit?
Yeah.
Until the main.
And this is the problem what M.R's falling into, right? You're on a podcast, you know what Spray's going to do. You know this is going to get chopped up and put into a certain thing with a headline. You know what I'm saying? This is why I don't go on a lot of podcasts. It's why I don't go on... I get invited on the Red Pill podcast all the time because I talk about women's issues. They want to set me up, innit? Like, Pearl wants me on her podcast to put a headline going crazy about me. I'm not... You know what I'm saying? I'm not on that because I know the kind of energy she's going to do to me. I will go on Spray's podcast and I will expect that on Spray's podcast. I wouldn't mind it as much because it's like, cool, I know there's going to be, I would know exactly what you're saying there. There's going to be other bits that levels it out. And actually, when you watch the podcast, like me and him are going to like have common ground. I'm saying Spray's been on my podcast twice. You know what I'm saying? But he knows that's going to happen. So don't get mad that just like you did that knowing you're going to send the internet crazy and all this, and hopefully they're going to watch the rest of it and be okay with you. And to be honest, me personally, I'll repeat it, like I'm cool with him. Like I don't think he came across that bad in the whole interview. When I got really pissed off at one bit where he spoke about Tommy Robinson and he almost was like, "Oh yeah, why can't Tommy Robinson have English pride?" That almost went into that other space, and I commented attacking him on Instagram, and then I watched the whole thing and I was like, nah, it makes sense, because he said that actually he's proud of British culture because of Jamaican culture here, because of all these other cultures here that he managed to learn about and embrace here, you know what I'm saying? Which I understand. You know what I'm saying? Alright, comment, if he's gone to JA many times and the JA people living there have accepted him, that's all that matters. I heard his missus is Jamaican. Yeah, 100%. And that I think that has happened. Do you know what I'm saying? And like same with Tug of War and a lot of artists and I'm sure Gleam knows, you know what I'm saying? Like from what I've seen of white artists doing that, Jamaican people and Jamaican culture is very accepting and very welcoming and loving, do you know what I'm saying? So as long as you do it respectfully, then I don't really have an issue. I think he just went a bit disrespectful for a moment there that he probably needs to watch, innit? But comment saying one extra toddler tea featuring M.R. I think that's the one where they're saying it's got the N-word in it. But I don't know. I'm just not sure. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm just not sure. Comment saying interview M.R. just you two with no one else trying to stir it up. Yeah, I think basically like someone, I don't want to give away that, but someone called me yesterday saying, yeah, they're trying to get an M.R. interview. They're speaking to the management knows them, and they're lining it up, but they said they want to do it with me. The person said they'd rather them do it just with them. And then they were like, cool, if you want me to just interview my own, can you get Novar to do a separate interview with him? And I'm trying to kind of tell them how to pitch it, because I think I could do the right interview with him because I'm a white person in black music culture, where I could ask the right questions and it would help him. Do you know what I'm saying? It might help him if he knows how to answer it, and he might just learn something from it. I'd go into it trying to get him to learn something from it, rather than go into it like I'm going to wave a red flag in his face. Like, that would be my angle. Tell me in the comments if you think that should be my angle, or if you think it's not. I don't know. But another comment saying, yeah, he's definitely on a hype. Yeah, he is. He is on a hype.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because
and if anybody,
he's thinking like raw. He's thinking, man, cut it like that. For
no,
him
but the thing is, in the trailer, if you watch the trailer, I didn't say that he said he was Jamaican. People saw what they saw because of his reaction.
Yeah.
We didn't splice that trailer.
Yeah.
The trailer is what you said.
Yeah.
So your reaction is what got you the reaction you got.
Yeah.
Furthermore, if you watch the show, you'll actually see I dealt with him proper.
Yeah.
I weren't shouting even when I said I'm more Jamaican than both.
Yeah.
All I said is
she was calm after.
Can anyone not tell me about clashing because I'm the more Jamaican one? And everybody got triggered.
Yeah.
Okay, he wanted to chew off my fucking head. Do you understand what I'm saying?
You're more Jamaican than me.
And he doesn't know about dancehall more than me.
She said you're more Jamaican than me, yeah? That's why I titled that clip that. Yeah. I'm not saying M. Dot said that.
Exactly.
You don't reach that conclusion.
Yeah.
I put M.R.
He's on mind games. He's so he said he put that in the thing because she said it, and everyone's gonna think he said it. He knew what he was doing. My guy, Spray.
You're not more Jamaican than me with an angry face. That angry face was Cream's face.
Yeah.
But you lot took
I've
it.
just taken it and run
or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Even there was a trailer before that I put out, and I said I got Rita Orad, right? Yeah. He didn't say that. I said it. But the speech marks is to tell you what's going on.
Yeah.
In the
That
clip.
somebody said that.
Somebody said it. Yeah.
Someone said it. But you lot reached that conclusion.
Yeah.
So you lot.
Yeah.
The reason you lot reached that conclusion was because when she said she's more Jamaican
Man said,
than
do
both
the
of us,
accent and wave the flag.
Obviously,
I can't do the
said,
accent well, man.
No, you're not.
Yeah, because I'm heavy.
Yeah.
So
I don't do
but his
accents.
rebuttal was, when was the last time you went to Jamaica? So that triggered everyone. Because remember, there's bare yardies
But
over
when
there.
you're
Been
but
yard,
Spray,
bare yardies over there ain't been yard for ages.
if you say to if I say to you I'm more Jamaican than you, and you say when was the last, what does that have to do with it?
That doesn't really have.
It doesn't warrant anything. Okay, you know the new roads. Okay, you've got on a Psycho Bunny t-shirt.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with you telling me about the clash?
It doesn't really.
Do you understand? If you go island all the time, can you tell a traveller that you know more about their culture than them?
That's what it is.
It doesn't matter.
Remember,
that's what we're saying.
He could know.
It doesn't matter.
He could know more than.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
The president of Jamaica,
Yeah.
he can know more than anything to do with Jamaica, but the bottom line is he's not Jamaican.
Yeah.
So you cannot be more
But the
Jamaican
thing
than
about
non-Jamaican.
the
no
thing
matter
about
what.
it-
And
No matter how
I
much
was
knowledge you
actually
have.
letting you get away with
but the
acting
thing
like
about
you
it,
knew
didn't say
about
he
it
was.
more.
Yeah, that's
He didn't say. he
But
was more
what you're indirectly saying
But
that
indirectly,
you are.
but he's like,
If you're
no,
telling me
he
you
didn't,
know
but he
more
did,
about
because he
dancehall,
said
I
when-
know who the roads are, Rav, you're literally telling me you're more
Mind
Jamaican
games.
than me.
No, he just
He
mind games
didn't
you.
directly say it, but indirectly said it by when was the last time you
It
went.
wasn't about who said.
Got a comment. I'm okay with it in the performance mode, but I can't read that properly. Whenever the next comment comes, there's a little thing in the way. But I take it you're saying when he's just talking, it's weird. But it's cool in the performance. Yeah, I get it. The thing is, right, I don't have this clip ready to play, and Gleam said he agrees with that. I don't have this clip, but what Spray said defending him in the original episode that I respected was like, he asked him, do you have an identity crisis? And he said, yes, clearly. And then they were like, all right, cool. So then what's the issue? Because he's like, oh, people have got an issue that he's got an identity crisis. And Spray's point, Spray every now and then like really drops something very intelligent. And I hadn't even thought of this, but he was just like, yeah, he's got an identity crisis of black culture, or being black even, whatever. But it's like, it's not like he's trying to be black and doing a negative stereotype as far as like being one of these gang youths, drill youths or whatever. I don't think he quoted drill, but it's like he's not getting involved in black on black crime thinking he's black, so he's not doing anything negative. So I'm like, so what? You know what I'm saying? And I kind of, I respected that.
I'm letting him know. Please don't school me on clashing because I'm Jamaican and I know my background. Hence why when I said, you know Mafiela, He said, of course me know her.
Nervous wreck.
She does dancehall,
Yeah,
music,
nervous
like
wreck.
you, exactly.
Nervous wreck
That's
after
instantly.
Matt. But he was trying to make you know, and not only you, because it triggered a lot of people. Even there's yardies that's like proper yardies, born and bred in Jamaica. Because even my brethren, RIP, stayed. He didn't end up going back till he got dipped. But there's yardies that ain't been back
since
yard.
there was yeah.
Exactly.
100%.
But they're born and bred there.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? They're born and bred there. They know yard.
Yeah.
So that triggered them as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
And
that
if
was
you're
the trigger.
still
'Cause
keeping
they're
up
thinking,
your
hold
team,
on a minute,
yeah.
I ain't been yard, but
I'm just
you know what I'm saying? That's what
yeah.
triggered everyone. But I didn't ask you lot to do that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But but he was going mad though. That's the only thing. When I watch back the clip, I don't care about all the other stuff because I just mind games. I don't care about that. It was more about how he was shouting, just certain things that didn't look good, innit?
No,
and
and
you get what I'm trying to say? Like I feel like I should have.
Straight.
But the thing about it, if I did that, it would have been. It wouldn't have even got to the content.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And at the time, if I be honest, I was with him, innit?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm with the madness. Do you get what I'm saying? Like we're not knowing, we're not even seeing that. Because she's going mad as well.
Yeah.
So remember, she's not air getting chiefed up.
Yeah.
She's here, I'm annoyed. She's making me feel annoyed. Like, do you get what I'm saying? I can't believe I'm annoyed.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's making me annoyed. She's saying madness of Dominica. No one visits there. I can't believe it's now me.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like my mind games was cool, but it's now me. I'm thinking like, hold on.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be you two. I'm supposed to be mind games for you two to go at it.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm getting the binds. And Dominica.
I know, Dominica caught strays, but
Yeah,
do you
the
know
old
what?
Arrow Road.
Listen, no, it's not an A, but you know what? It's all good, innit?
It's too late.
But-
R.I.P. Sati.
No, do you know what? No, R.I.P. But you know the vibes already, innit?
bad
I had to
people.
say what I had to say. Do you
Yeah,
get me?
yeah, no, come
But
on.
differently, looking back at it, I don't take back nothing because he shouldn't have spoke to me like that.
Yeah.
And to be fair, he should have apologized after he watched it. He
should
should
have-
have apologized to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
He might
He
still-
should know, but it's
he
too
might
late.
still-
late now,
What
innit?
he should have
It's too
done
late.
is when he saw how he got triggered and was shouting at me, a pregnant
Yeah.
woman, the host on the show,
Yeah.
he should have patterned himself.
Yeah.
No, but remember,
and that
he's
is
just
it.
with me.
Do you get me?
He's
But I looked at him and saw his face bright. When I looked at his face, did you see how he was? Calm
It's only
down,
like
know
that because
yourself.
I haven't
Yeah.
handed him out. innit?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
That's why I said it's your fault.
Trust me.
Yeah,
he
I know.
knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have.
Not him, that's fault, it's my fault.
Instantly. Do you know
Do you
what I mean?
He's with man. You
Yeah,
get what I'm saying?
100%.
He clocked it. Like he's just with man. If I would have said, yo,
Allow that, then
if
that
I
would've
would
been
have
it,
said,
yeah.
yo, fam, you're getting mad, you know.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have done that
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
And then
He thought he had an
wouldn't
ally.
have- It wouldn't have gone nowhere.
Yeah.
Because it would have just been, he's just there. He wants to go now.
Yeah.
Nah.
But the audacity
both-
of it, though.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? They're
You
both-
can't school me on dancehall
Yeah.
when you can't.
But he can.
when you can't even say one paragraph in Patwa good. Because he
knows
couldn't
more
even
about
keep one
dancing than
sentence.
you.
He couldn't even do one sentence.
He knows
He
more
doesn't
about
know
dancing than
anything
you.
about. He knows about his music,
Yeah.
his
Have you-
freestyles.
When was the last time
He
you been to
doesn't know
Jamaica?
anything about dancehall more than me. Facts.
When was
I'm
the last
not
time you've been
answering
to
no more
Jamaica?
questions on that. Do you get
No,
me?
but that
Don't
was- that was
worry.
your trigger.
Soon
Back to
enough.
He got triggered.
No,
then
it's my
he
trigger
said-
because it doesn't
Oh my
matter.
God. Heated trigger.
It matters because it doesn't. It was triggered for me because it don't
No,
matter. That's what
let's
I'm
keep
saying.
that.
It
Calm
doesn't
down.
matter.
Remember.
You cannot school me on clashing. You can't
I haven't
school
got
me
my- I haven't
on
got my,
dancehall
vest
music,
on.
and you can't school me about Jamaica. That's where it ends.
Heat
Simple.
Heat trailer.
Yes, cream.
Yeah.
Heat trailer. You get me?
Yeah. Red should have been
You
here
see the
when that was
mind,
going on.
anyways.
No, it was cool. That's what I'm saying. If he
Yeah.
was there, he wouldn't have even. That's what I'm saying. We was all here.
Yeah. Yeah.
He wouldn't have even been. I don't even think he would have. Obviously, he wouldn't have went that mad. But he wasn't that mad.
Yeah.
So.
But he did look worse on the.
Yeah, he
Okay,
wasn't that
that
me
mad
looking
still.
back at it,
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
And
He's
bear in
lucky I
mind,
haven't
remember,
gone.
we're
I've-
here now.
Yeah.
It's all cut. So when he's doing what he's doing, I can't see the vein in his forehead.
Yeah.
I can't see the vein in his forehead. I
Vein
can
in
just
his
hear
forehead.
what I'm hearing, and I'm with him
Yeah.
because I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know
Nah,
what
that's
I'm saying?
true.
Yeah.
I don't know him, but I know her. I know
Yeah.
how to press her button.
Yeah.
So I know the whole thing, the whole episode. I'm trying to get her to get
Yeah.
onto him.
Yeah.
But she's not even clocking. I'm saying, Cream, like,
See, that's the thing. He knew, and I wonder if they had conversations before where it's like she might indicate she don't rate it too much, or you know what I'm saying, she's questioning it because he was getting onto her like, why ain't you got nothing to say? What did you think of him? Because even M. Dot respectfully, he says it respectfully at first. He says to her, it's a bit corny though, because she says she's pro-black or I can't remember. Yeah, pro-black. I think she says she's pro-black, or Spray says she's pro-black, and he's like, oh, I've never spoke to a pro-black person. And I think what he means is like, I've never spoke to a pro-black person about my music, which is mental. You probably have, and you don't know it. And if you don't know it, you're a bit out of tune. And he's like, so what did you think of my music when you first heard it? Like, did you change your mind, etc.? It seemed right the way he was asking it. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, the bit where he went mad, it is mad watching it, and it's interesting to hear them say, yeah, I couldn't see the vein popping out of his head, because it's like, it makes you realise it was a bit calmer in the room. Couple comments and I'll just get back to the end of this. Gleam said, Death Row not Ali G. Sure skinny man wound that guy's neck in. Do you know that story, Novar? I know a lot of stories. I vaguely remember a story about Ali G. I remember a separate story about Ali G being offered a spliff, and he'd be like, I don't smoke weed. Like, and we're like, oh yeah, I've seen, so it's just fake. But I was like, yeah, obviously, you know what I'm saying? we know that. He probably will humble up for this one soon enough. Yeah, I mean, he has to. Do you know what I'm saying? He has to. If he does this other interview I was talking about, that my friend may do with him, that may be an angle. Like, obviously going to do other interviews anyway. He's going to have to come to a new space and humble up himself. I guess you mean humble himself as in apologising to her, because I think that comment came when he was saying that. But I don't know, or maybe you mean humble himself in general in how he conducts himself in these spaces. And Gleam said, that's so true, Queenie. Not one whole sentence. Say you can't say one whole sentence clearly in patois. Let's just see the end of this. Couple minutes left.
What would you think about him? Like, but sees him and say, no, I don't think he's a culture.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm trying to say as well. Like, he knew that he was trying to get Cream to have a conflict with him because she's Jamaican. He knew there's gonna be that, and the fact Cream was kind of, she was kind of ready for it, but she's right. She was like, I let him say he was this. I let him, like, she was actually, when you watch most of it, she's very much just treating him like any guest, giving him his space. Do you know what I'm saying?
She was actually with, like, being friendly.
Yeah, because he was showing that he actually liked it. I just looked at him as a real fan of the culture that's now gone into dancehall music. Do you get what I'm saying?
No, but I see people like, oh, Cream didn't like him.
Yeah, I didn't do anything to him.
But I didn't get it, because I'm saying, even when I was trying to get you to get onto him straight away.
Yeah, and she wasn't.
He was like, no. Yeah. Like, I don't think he's a culture vulture because he's, what you said, something
true.
like
she did say all that.
Or something.
Because he stayed in it.
Culture vultures are people that, she said
take what they want,
and then they go. I actually felt like he's got an identity crisis. You actually want to be Jamaican, so I didn't look at him. No, he said he had an. When you asked him, do you think you've got an identity crisis? No, but you asked him. He asked him.
Okay, yeah. When I'm saying,
if I had known what I knew, I would have.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm just pressing buttons, innit? So I'm thinking, Cream definitely thinks this is mad.
But he admitted himself. I would say I got an identity crisis. He even said he didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
So for somebody that don't know who they are, you can't tell me anything.
Yeah.
Find out who you are first, and then come back.
I think he's cool, though.
You know, them ones there.
Yeah. I think he's cool.
He needs to learn how to speak to women. I don't know if that's how he talks to his gal at home, but I don't get spoken to like that. Do you understand what I'm saying? And especially if you're going into somebody else's
thing. No girl can't take man for band.
Who you talking to?
Gleam, have you sent me the link in the inbox? Because I'm gonna go look for that after this.
No banter. No girl can't take man for Santa.
Oh yeah. This is funny if they show it.
So I know he's got something against girls.
Yeah.
He's not trying to make not one girl taking for Santa.
Yeah.
So remember, he's not knowing I'm here, but I'm taking for Santa the whole.
Yeah.
I'm Santaing you out, but he's not making one girl taking for Santa.
No, he's taken for Santa because gal has taken him for Santa because I've seen videos.
No, but
he's got bigger fish to fry because I see gal taking him for Santa on the videos that are floating around. That's what he needs to worry about. Do you get me?
I was just saying that easy.
The plug.
To say madness.
Worry about that. Do you get me?
What did you say just now?
I said worry about that.
What's
the plug?
What's the plug?
Is gal taking him for Santa with the plug? So gal take you for Santa regular. Yeah. You know them ones there. I think he was frustrated on the couch because he needed a plug. You know them ones. But anyway, don't chat to me like that. So let's move on before I rub him out properly.
I I need to watch this whole episode. I'm watching this whole episode this week. I forgot. Even I saw that clip on Instagram, that last bit about the plug. I forgot that. There was a girl that came out and was like exposing M.R. years ago, innit? Saying that he likes her to use a plug on him. Wow. Hey, it's all gone off, boy. Fucking hell. Alright, comments. Gleam, he thought he was in the booth going red. That is so true how he said that bit. It was the first test show and Skinny put him in his place saying, you want to see the real streets, bro. Let me just not say nothing on that, Gleam. Let me say nothing on that. I'll tell you something about Ali G though. The first test show in actuality, apparently, this is the rumour, was him interviewing Tim Westwood, and the whole thing is basically he was trying to take the piss out of Tim Westwood. That's what the whole character was, isn't it? And he supposedly shot the pilot interviewing Tim Westwood the same way he would interview people who didn't know what was going on, and Tim Westwood clocked what it was after and all of that, and like blocked the interview from coming up. That's the rumor, innit? But I don't know. There's a lot of rumors. He got two posh people, like a banker and a stock trader. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, enough props in the comment. If you go to Scotland and act like you're Scottish and you're not in Scotland anymore. Gleam said true, especially when she's pregnant. Yeah, that is a wild way to be shouting at a woman, if we're going to get serious about it on a real. 1 second now. I'm just going to try and find this link what Gleamer sent me, because that's another last bit for us to do on this topic. And then I'm going to wrap it up. I'm not going to get into the Nicki Minaj thing. I was only going to react to her song, but then that would have got me into that whole topic. I think we've done enough. I think we've covered two big topics that relate to each other. And that... Alright, bro, do you see this video you sent me though, fam? It's 2 hours long. So what you're saying, you've sent it to me at the point, I can see you've sent it to me at a specific point. So I take it you sent it to me at the point where you come in, and we can just listen to a bit of it, and you can kind of let me know. You can let me know when it kind of comes to, I guess we'll know anyway what am I talking about. Alright, give me a second. I'm just getting this loaded up, because I had all my other stuff loaded up already.
Good deal, man. Calling.
Alright, so let me load this. So what is this? This is the Truth Tellers podcast. M.R. is Jamaican or Jafaican. And I see you said, I can see you in the comments, Gleam, already talking about one song with all of them on. And I see you mentioned earlier, Gleam, as well, that about the white war in UK dancehall that was going on. I remember the Telepaton and Tug of War thing a little bit, and I remember when Tugger was just dissing everyone. He says people in Graham, everything. Tugger was just on one, didn't it? But I didn't remember M.R. being a part of that. And yeah, that's funny, man. I'm saying I'm gonna have to go back to those songs. And yeah, like I said, I'm gonna try and get Tugger in. I'll probably get Tugger on the Flip Live show with me and Ben. I'm going to get him on the Flip Live show with me and Ben, just sit down. I've been meaning to do it for years anyway. Like, I fuck with Tugger. I think he's talented. I don't know what his views are on some of these things, whether there'll be things I disagree with or not. But I've always just like, I've always just liked he's a great performer. I fuck with him, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, all right, let's get into it. So this is the video, yeah? Let me just go to the comments. He said he has 100 gal, remember, yet needed to get an American, which is the easiest ever, as they love the British accent. Ironic. Yeah, because his girl's American. She's Jamaican, but she's American, isn't it? Yeah. Alright, let's see. Actually, I got to watch the volume on this, because I boosted the volume up so loud because the Spray interviews were so quiet. I'm going to put the volume down again and let me know how it comes out, yeah? Let me know if I need to boost it.
Jamaican or is he fucking Jamaican, eh?
Yeah, but whether you agree or not, call in, have your say.
Is he Jamaican like Aki and Saltfish? Or is he Jamaican like Spaghetti bolognese.
Cool says M. Dot's music is trash. How the F can you listen to that? Wow, if my man's I think he had a song that come out last month. Once Kai Cenat played it on his stream, my man went straight to 4 million views, man. That's serious views.
Is this the right part though, Gleam?
4 million.
Oh, was that after Strength for Kai?
Kai Cenat ran it up on the stream, and after that, Kai Cenat's differently got.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I thought he already had number because I ain't checked it.
Here we go. This is what I like.
Oh, is this man calling in? Yeah, I'm gonna have to do calls as well. I'm gonna have to work this out.
Yes, salute. It's Gleam from the chat.
Yes, Gleam. How you doing, man?
Big up. Yeah, good. How's you?
We're not doing too bad, Gleam. We're trying to get to the bottom of this topic.
Can't complain.
We've took it out the barber shop and put it on the internet. So what are you saying, Gleam? What do you think?
Right. I come from a completely different perspective of actual experience.
Okay.
I am a white reggae artist.
Okay.
And there's bits that I disagree with you on that we'll go through either way, but...
Yeah, man, we're here to have a conversation, Gleam, so let's go.
That's it. I like what was just said. What about all the artists that are teaching Marcus, that are teaching about Selassie, that are teaching the message? And I like that because that's the grounding that I come from. I come from you could say that I'm M.R's dad. The similar story that we have, but mine's much different in as much as a lot of my family either Jamaican or Bayesian, and this is Manchester ends.
Okay.
So I actually live down south on the south coast near Portsmouth.
Man said I'm his dad,
So
yes, Gleam.
Predominantly white area, similar thing. Back in my youth, there was about 100,000 people. There was 8 black people, and you knew them all by name. Everyone knew them. The whole area knew exactly who they were. Yeah, and literally, I got into reggae through my auntie and my uncle from Jamaica. And my auntie got with him, had a couple of kids, and we used to go up to Manchester on a regular, obviously, to see the family, and she used to record the pirate radio stations, and that's all I had to take back, because down south, we didn't have nothing like that. So I kind of relate to M.R's story, but I went more down the roots side, and I'm completely... against all the slackness that he's putting out. A lot of what he said.
I just want to pause this 1 second, Gleam. It's an interesting point. It made me think maybe I'm wrong on something. You might have felt I was wrong on something when I quoted Spray saying he's not doing anything negative, right? And I thought that at the time, but I go back to reverting to that. I defend the drill kids. I defend the right to make music about things that are going on in the world and stuff like that. Do you know what I'm saying? And I get that Sprays was talking about the real world. Like, he's not outside, like, getting involved in gang culture, etc. In that type of identity crisis, right? But yeah, you're making a point that goes back to what we said about Tom MacDonald, etc. And that he was attacking like certain type of rap music, but he's not defending. Mos Def. He's not talking about these artists that are doing that, and instead of that, you've raised that issue, but you're explaining, what that content is, and that you're promoting that content correctly rather than coming, at a negative angle, I guess.
Saying is just thrown together bits of just, so to say, high impact gimmicky stuff that he's just put out there, whereas mine's more. Less user friendly and more knowledge friendly. I come from that aspect, and I was lucky enough to actually get hooked up by the original Wailers, the original band that's still touring the world.
So people, that's Bob Marley's band, isn't it?
If you don't know.
Yeah, and in fact, the actual leader of the band now, which is Aston Family Man Barrett's kid, so Aston Jr., he is just in the movie that's just coming out on the 14th Bob Marley.
Oh, the one about Bob.
And
I need to see that.
Yeah, and he plays Aston Family Man Barrett, his dad, in the movie.
Okay, sick.
So either way, a little bit of promotion for them. But I've had the pleasure to meet them just a couple of years back. We were down in Devon and partying together. They were gigging at a private gig down there, and yeah, so had the pleasure to be part of the culture, let's say. But and you can say someone from even my white friends have said, you still doing that multicultural misappropriation stuff. And it's more, I come from the point of view that he is embracing the culture. You know, your poll that you've got up. I said he is embracing the culture. He is liking the culture. I don't think he is out here to exploit the culture itself. Okay. It is just a gimmicky summit that he's used to get views. And as I said in the chat earlier, that it was that first viral bit that got him the 100 gal thing. And it was that first embarrassing thing that he actually says on stage interview. If you watch it, he literally says, at the end of the day, I could either fold into depression or thrive off of it, and he thrived off of it. So I think that was more of a personal overcoming, and he's dragged dancehall with it. And then in his mind, he's trying to kind of separate it, because he's saying, I've invented a new English version. Cross dancehall, cross whatever.
Because he was doing rap before. He was doing rap, I think, before.
Oh yeah, I think it was.
Now I will say, that one that he's on the street corner, which was the one that he got the most views on. I like that style. That style. I come from a very hip hop orientated scene as well down there in Portsmouth, and got the pleasure to warm up for the likes of Skinny, for Rodney P, for all the major UK hip-hop artists that are coming down, Blade and whatnot. So got to know all them guys, and that is kind of like my scene, but I accidentally, before any of that happened, got involved with the Wailers, and still am to this day. And so much so, I've got an album out there produced by the sound engineer of the Wailers, which is called Royal Bloodline.
Okay, so Gleam, how long you been a reggae artist for?
So I'm 45, so I'm past my time. I'm old now, so
It's never past your time, man.
Yeah, my first reggae gig was at 14, 15 in youth club days, where we got took off the streets by a youth worker and whatnot, and we got in the studio, or they made a studio for us. So
it's frozen again. I hope it just plays.
I've done a decade's worth of youth work doing the same thing, teaching battle rap. I don't know whether you've heard of a couple of battle rappers, but the likes of Tenchu.
In UK, I'm more familiar with the Loaded Locks, Murder Mook.
Yeah, no. It's got UK wise. Tenchu was. You must have heard of Don't Flop though. Yeah.
I have not. No, have you?
No, Don't Flop.
It's like
they'll know some of them
over here.
Okay.
So it's one of the leagues. There's Premier Battles, which are based out in Manchester, and then Don't Flop was one of the originals. But either way, from there, Tenchu is from this area as well, and he's a massive, amazing beast of a battle rapper. And that was sort of like my scene down there. But me personally, I had the reggae inspiration, so always brought that to the hip hop. Always brought a reggae vibe to the hip hop, but it would never be as slack as he talks. So I'm from a similar ilk, cut from the same cloth, let's say, but I'm definitely of the uphold the culture in as much as it's all about righteousness, love and peace, and spreading a message, anti-war, those type of messages.
And you're talking about Marcus and all that stuff as well, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes,
exactly that. I've got a track called Shout Jar.
Shout Jar.
Yeah.
Is it on
Spotify? I put it in the chat earlier.
You're gonna have to.
Big up, Don't Flop.
I saw people were saying it.
People, go check out Gleam's track, Shout Jar. Go and stream that up on Spotify.
Yeah, man.
I'll take that in.
Stream that up on here.
and it is exactly that. I've never actually been to Jamaica, but my auntie's there every couple of months. Put it that way. So, but either way, I'm.
You should go, man. You should go, Gleam. You should go.
Now, as a reggae artist, Gleam, yeah, going to Jamaica, it's like man going to the Champions League as a football player.
Trust.
Yeah.
Trust.
gotta make
I
that
know
happen.
it. I understand it, and I've got family there, and even the old technician, the old sound check engineer, he literally said, "Gleam, when you come yard, you want 2 gal me, I get you 3." Like when you were saying earlier, there's places you can't go. They all tell me that literally you cannot go over there on your own.
As a white brother, you say. Cause if a man harms a hair on your head, the whole of Scotland Yard's gonna reach there, and they don't.
Yeah,
want
they won't take the chance, but I'd still don't trust no shadow after dark, though, man. You get me?
Yeah. But they all said go there as a visitor rather than a tourist, because tourists will get robbed, visitors will get welcomed, and you'll be protected as long as look. And that is exactly the same everywhere in every big city around the world. It's the same thing.
True.
You know who you're with. You're protected-ish.
I hear that, man.
Yeah, I come from the point of view. Yeah, I sympathise, let's say, with his story because it's very similar to mine. Come from a white-dominated area. I've embraced black culture and reggae specifically. My favourite artists are the likes of Garnet Silk, Buju, Capleton, Sizzler.
Garnet Silk.
They're my artists.
Big artists, man.
And
gang.
Yeah, and I mean, I was in it from way back. Put it this way, I watched Shaka Demus and Pliers supported by General Livy when they were doing the Jack Radix tour, Twist and Shout. I don't know if you remember them days. Sort of like 2000-ish or just before then, 1998.
I know the names, but
no Shaka Demus and Pliers as the act, but the tour, we were still young.
You
them
know
times.
the tease me.
Yeah, man.
Classic, man. Come. Yeah, that's it.
So, and Gleam, before you go, I want to ask you something. It might be a bit personal, but please just be real with me, man.
I'm open,
okay.
man. I wouldn't have called it.
What do your white friends and family think about you doing this kind of music?
Put it this way, right at the beginning, I was the outlier and stood out, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's just a phase." But I was that kid that at 14, 15, there wasn't a centimetre of my room that didn't have a Bob Marley flag on it. I had the Ethiopian flag on it. I was literally living the dream, so to say, of Marley, and that's all I'd play is Bob Marley. And I was anti-hip-hop then as well because of the Slackness. But I will say that it's completely the opposite now, where I get tagged in too many times on M.R. stuff. Saying, "No, you are this guy."
Yeah, that must be mad, bro.
I'm just like, I'm embarrassed. And there are if anyone wants to look up some genuinely good artists, there are other artists that have done quite a bit, one of them was mentioned earlier, Dominic, and he's worked with Skinny before. And
yeah, big up Dominic.
With Skinny Man.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dominic's one, and YT, the actual letter.
Okay, YT. He done something. Did he do something with Skinny as well?
Earlier, so he's been mentioned a couple times. Oh, is that you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it. And yeah. Here's another one then. If anyone wants to look up my single, so I've got an album called Royal Bloodline, and as I say, it's very orientated around African knowledge and my experience. Put it that way. It's got a track on there about my divorce. But either way, I've got my latest single, which was a couple of years later, is with Gary Nestor Pine, who used to be the lead singer of the Wailers. And you'll know him for the 2006, I think it was, FIFA World Cup tune. We the love generation. Come on, yeah. Boom, boom. It's like a dance track.
Remember all them
if you
tunes,
remember
man.
that. Yeah, so he's featured on a track which is anti-VAX, if you understand that. And it's called Adjust Your Brightness. And that, again, is on all platforms.
Yeah, man.
Man.
Okay, thank you for calling in.
Clean,
we're definitely going to check out your stuff as well.
Appreciate you sharing your story as well.
This has froze up again.
Salute, man. Salute both of you. Either way, I appreciate it, and I can see it from your point of view because The slackness bit is what gets me. That is all I can say. You don't come into someone's brand new house and wipe poo all over the carpets and just don't clean up after you. Yeah, that's how I see it. He's not respecting the culture.
Yeah, man. Gleam, big up, man. Big up.
Big up yourself, Gleam. I hear you, bro.
Oneness. Take care.
Yeah, man. Peace.
I hear you.
Yeah, man. See, I love that, man.
One second, I got to work out.
All kind of perspectives on this thing.
People, 0121.
I got to work out ending that now, and I can't find the tab to stop it playing.
Truth tellers. This is the calling branch of the show. So from now on,
one second.
Truth Tellers is the show.
Alright, cool. Alright, big up Clean, man. I'm very, very glad we included that. Because it was interesting to just hear that part about the slackness, I guess. And just, another angle and like part of the importance of respecting the culture you're coming into, and I do agree with that still. And I defend people that come with a negative content all the time a lot, but mostly I'm defending like drill youths who I feel these are kids outside living a lifestyle that don't know nothing else. But maybe that's not the same for M.R. who's coming in to a culture that he's trying to show he appreciates. I think you're right, it's different. And I hadn't this whole time watching the whole 4-hour interview and all the conversations I've had since, I hadn't actually thought of that angle there. So yeah, respect. Because I done a lot of music where I'm not talking about socially conscious stuff, but I've done music where I am as well. Do you know what I'm saying? But I don't think I'd be comfortable in this culture not doing that. Although if there's white kids doing drill, for example, who are just outside and their life is just badness and they're rapping about badness, that's different. That's cool, you do that. But we know M.I is creating a character, innit? So not in a disrespectful way either, he's not, he's not speaking like life music in the same way as a lot of rap artists are, for example. Do you know what I'm saying? But let me just see if there's any. Yeah, they didn't know nothing about battle rap. They didn't know nothing about Skinny or Rodney and all that as well. But yeah, big up Don't Flop. Big up Gleam. Gleam, I remember. And Skinny Man's been mentioned a few times, right? Obviously, he's a legendary UK rap artist. He's, responsible for so much, including my career, and you know what I'm saying? But Skinny Man also can do this, Jamaican accent, patois, dancehall music. He is a G. Anyone who knows Skinny, who's been around him personally, in private, or in the car when he's freestyling, he can do that thing crazy. And at one point he actually told me before his and he's probably said this to you, Kaleem, and stuff, I don't know, but he before he had an album out and all that, he said he wanted to go to Jamaica and record 3 songs under the name Marga Man. I think someone ended up using that name or whatever, but I think that's what he said he was going to do anyway. And not show that he's white in English and record these 3 songs and then go and do performances. And he intended to be have a separate lane as an artist because he's really good at it. You know what I'm saying? And I remember Gleam, I remember being on stage doing a Mud Fam show, and the show's over, and I remember you and Skinny going back to back for ages. Just doing you know what I'm saying, just chatting, and he's doing that style as well, and you're doing that style, and you were killing it. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if you remember that. I'm sure you remember that anyway, but if you remember the specific thing I'm talking about, I'm sure it might happen other times, but I think it was in Tunbridge Wells at the Forum. I may be wrong, I don't know, you know what I'm saying, but big up Gleam, because that was legendary. I wish I had a video of that, of Gleam and Skinny Man going back to back, killing it. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? And Enough Props said, quoting in the accent, heart emoji, if you're talking with love, heart emoji, because he's pointing out that when Gleam was talking on that call, he went into the patois part when he was quoting something that was said like that, but he was talking regular, the rest of it, do you know what I'm saying? And Gleam said, in yard, bomber clot is more offensive than a cunt. I'm just going to say them both, fuck it, but yeah. You know what I'm saying? I feel you, the slackness. So I don't know, Gleam, am I wrong for saying suck your mum to all of these lot? Because I've been saying suck your mum the whole thing. I decided I was going to make it part of part of my slogan. But yeah, let me know. But big up everyone for watching. We've gone 2 hours and 45 minutes, nearly 3 hours. I've really enjoyed this. That's longer than any of the old ones I did episodes before. I'm going to have to chop this up into loads of little videos of content to put out separately. socialjusticewarrior.co.uk to get your Social Justice Warrior t-shirts. Got hats, got jumpers. I'm going to start pushing that stuff properly. I haven't really, and I'm going to, at the moment, it's just my Bandcamp that it links to with a store, but I'm going to get a proper website. And yeah, man, big up. Gleam said, my first major gig was me versus him in a sound clash. He wiped the floor with me. Where was that, bro? That might be what I'm talking about. I don't know, bruv. Like, you two was going like, or maybe that had already happened and later it was you two going back to back. I don't know. I just remember you going, yeah, you could have called it a sound clash, but it was epic, man. And I was standing on the stage, I'm saying, but I think it was Tunbridge Wells. I may be wrong. Man said I need a t-shirt saying, don't make me tell you to. Yeah, suck your mother and that. Yeah. Like, but listen, yeah, I'll just go back to that before I cut out. These men came for me, the right-wing idiots, you know what I'm saying, who I war with on Facebook all the time, came for me today because I had a thing fucked up yesterday. They wanted to have their moment of victory. But today has gone better than yesterday anyway. Yeah, they're like, oh, you had 14 viewers or whatever. And I think yesterday I had 71 viewers in the end. I think it was actually 80 something when I looked at it later, because they don't always show it all straight away. They verify them. But it wasn't at one time, you know what I'm saying, because we're having so many problems. It was cutting in and out. But yeah, that was, there was a few people there. And fuck that anyway, I don't care if we're getting small viewers here. We're going to get bigger viewers when I chop up the clips and I put them on other things. We're going to get loads of people seeing this and it's going to build. But I'm doing this to create content. I love having you guys here engaging with you live, but I'm doing it to be able to chop it up and have loads of content for other social media platforms that's going to get crazy views. We're going to do all sorts of stuff, but it's not even about the views. But what I'm saying is, on the suck your mum part, that they were trying to call me out because they say I call myself a social justice warrior, I have to carry myself better and all of that. Fuck that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not Loki. You see when I shared the Loki video earlier, like, and I didn't interrupt it a lot, because I didn't have loads to add to it, because Loki has done all of that research. Loki's a real journalist. He's going to research that. He said all of this stuff, and I'm sharing it here so that you all see it. Do you know what I'm saying? And other people see it. But I'm not Loki. Like, I'm allowed to be righteous and also just be, like, just cuss people, innit? I'm allowed to talk about social justice and still wear gold. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you can call me out for it, call me a hypocrite, and I don't give a shit, because guess what? There's kids out there, and I do this on purpose. There's kids out there that are going to look at me, how I pattern myself, how I talk, and they're going to listen to me more than they might not listen to Loki. They might look at Loki and go and not connect with him. So they might listen to me, like, telling a man suck his mum, going on, like, and just being who I am from where I'm from, and not trying to I'm not putting on no voice to speak properly and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just going to be me, and yes, I am going to call out racism, and yes, I am going to call out misogyny, and yes, I am going to do all of those things, but I'm going to do it my way. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyway, yeah, let me just get back to the comments before I cut out. Gleam said he is too good, I swear. I defo remember it 100%. No, it was in Portsmouth. Yeah, Portsmouth, that sounds right. Yeah, I think I would. Yeah, Portsmouth. Yeah. You Flip and loads of the Mud Fam came down. That was the worst. Portsmouth it was. I've got it on video. I'll send it to you. Yeah, bro, I'd love to see that. I would love to see that. Well, you're saying you got smashed. Is that where you're saying you got where he killed you? But I remember that being where I met you. I remember you from, like, musically and all of that, and I just remember it being amazing. I was young. I was a little kid, you know what I'm saying? So I was just, like, soaking it in, thinking this is sick. But yeah, enough respect, everyone. It's been SJW Live. It's Tuesday, but I'm only here because I fucked up yesterday. So I'm gonna do this every Monday at 8 p.m. That's the plan. I might push it to 9 p.m. actually, but at the moment I'm saying 8 p.m. Flip Life, and we out, man. Enough love.